Okay, so we're into August now, aren't we? What's today? It is the one moment. Forget what date is it today? Sorry, it's the 3rd of August, 2025. We're at 11 in the morning. My name's Brad. This is the Inspirational Ambivert channel. It's a live vlog, which is Let's Get Inspired. It is episode 19. And today we're going to be talking about how to keep going in a world that feels lost. So how to keep going in a world that feels lost. And I am just adjusting the lights and the camera that's on me at the moment. Sorry, just to be honest, just to make sure it's as good as it can be, let's say. Let's get a bit closer. Sorry, I'm just messing around now. Oh, right. Got to warm up a little bit. Hope everyone's doing okay. Nice to have you all with me again. Sorry, just warming up now. Just a sip of water. I hope you're all doing okay. I'll warm up a little bit. Sander says hi. Hi, Sander. Nice to have you with us again. Thank you for joining us. And Sander, just to let you know, I've added you as a moderator. Just a quick one with regards to the moderator thing. If there's people that are rude or silly, sometimes I don't mind that. I'll interact with people. Even if they're coming across as a little bit rude and silly, I'll speak to them a bit and then see what they have to say first. Just because someone says something rude or something, don't just get rid of them straight away, please. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. And sometimes with these vlogs as well, obviously might be talking about serious things, but I think it's good to joke and add a bit of light as well. So I will be interacting with the comments throughout. Of course, and I don't mind a bit of jokes or a bit of silliness sometimes. I think that's a good thing. It's a good way to decompress, isn't it? So I don't mind a little bit of rudeness and silliness. However, if someone's really rude to other people continuously and they're really toxic, let's say, then obviously they need to go in that situation. But as I just said, I think it's good to give people the benefit of the doubt and then hear them out. Because sometimes it can be interesting and it can also make for an interesting conversation. Ruben Crichton says hi. Hello, Ruben. Nice to have you with us. So today's title is how to keep going in a world that feels lost. So I'm just going to do a quick introduction. I'm referring to my notes, but a lot of what I'm saying is just me speaking straight off the cuff. Where am I from? I originally come from a town called Darwin, which is near Blackburn. I don't know if you've heard of those places. Working class towns, close to Manchester. That's where I'm originally from, Lancashire in England. Lockheed Martin. Hello, Martin. Nice to have you with us. Hello, I received my payment. I came here to support you. I don't get what that is. You receive your payment. Came here. Thanks for supporting me. I appreciate that, Martin. I don't know about you receiving your payment. I don't know what that means. Elaborate if you can. So today's live is going to be about staying grounded, about staying hopeful and focused, even when the world feels overwhelming, broken or lost. If you've ever looked around and thought, what's the point of all this? What's the point of life? I think about it quite often. It can be difficult sometimes. Then this one's for you. So if you're thinking, like, what's the bloody point of all this? What's the point of all this existing, etc.? I don't have all the answers, of course, but it's trying to make sense of it all and get through the mess the best we can. Everyone's got their own point of view on that one. Right, Sander's saying, ha, ha, ha. He's trying to say you paid him to support you. All right, I've paid you to support me. Oh, thanks, Martin. Yeah, it's money well spent then, isn't it? Coco and Benjamin, nice to have you with us. Ruben's asked me how old I am. I'm 42 years old. 42. It goes quickly. Getting a bit older now. So I'm going to ask a question to the group so people know what we're talking about, and then I'll carry on. Give me a moment, please. Add Q&A. One moment, please. I'll just write this out. One moment, please. I'm just writing this. So hopefully you can see that. Do you think that the world is harder to live in now? That's kind of a topic that we're on. Ruben, I'll go as I go through the live vlog. Of course, I'm going to respond to comments the best I can. What's your favorite game or video or board game? I like Scrabble. I'm old school. I love chess as well. Play chess a lot. Again, that's very old school, isn't it? That's been going for thousands of years, that game. I love chess. That's my favorite game. Right, so that's the question out there. If you want to answer it, go for it. So do you think that the world is harder to live in now? So I'm going to, what my thoughts on this. So I think it depends which way you look at it. Everyone goes, oh, back in the 90s, it was better. If you're a bit older like myself, our life in the 90s was a lot nicer. We didn't know how good we had it then. I'm sure there were problems then as well. Sanders saying, yeah, I definitely think so. It's harder. Times are changing. The world is changing. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you hear in the news, obviously there's always been wars, but it seems like there's more of it now. It seems more on edge now. It feels like the superpowers of the world are struggling for power more. Let's say there's this power kind of, I don't know, I'm not going to go too political because I don't know everything, but it seems like there's power struggles going on within countries, let's say, and other countries are rising and challenging other countries. Let's say that vaguely. And yes, it feels a bit, if you look at the news as well, it can feel quite, the news is always scary, let's be honest. It can feel quite scary. It can feel quite off-putting as well. And that can add to the stress of life, especially if you look at it all the time. It can be bad. It can affect your psychology, can't it? Of course. And then I see, I'm moving on, then more at an individual level. So that's like a world level where the news it can be a bit grim, etc. I look at the, I don't know, workplace, and I look around people that are around me, and I think, bloody hell, a lot of them are like, I'm trying to get the words out now, but some people have got the stuff together, but a lot of people haven't. A lot of people are on medication for right or for wrong reasons. A lot of people are self-medicate with alcohol, don't they, of course, or they're on some people are on antidepressants, and then they drink alcohol, which is a depressant, which is madness, isn't it? And I'm not trying to have a go at those kind of people. Each their own, because it might be that's how they deal with life, let's say. Sanders saying something, sorry. Martin, I like that. Easy to live, harder to thrive, but I say it's harder to live. It's harder to live as well with regards to, from an English perspective, it's just like everything's got more expensive, energy prices, food's gone up, people are struggling. People seem like in society, people, not everybody, but I see a lot of people that look worn out. They look unhealthy. They look unkempt. Sometimes they might smell a little bit. I'm not being horrible. They must be going through something. And people just seem a bit more angry and a bit more aggressive and a bit more rude. A lot of rude people that are psychologically suffering, let's say. I see a lot of it even in the workplace where I work. People just clinging on by the fingertips, basically. And it feels like, yeah, that's how it feels. And even working for the NHS, I work for the NHS, and resources are less now. They've changed the contracts. It's got worse and worse and worse, trust me. It's not as good. It used to be deemed to be a really good place to work. It's not so attractive now. The wages haven't gone up with inflation, etc. there's an argument in that. Obviously, other people have different perspectives on that. But even that alone, it's going downhill. As well, you ring up for an appointment, it's so much harder to get an appointment. It's crazy. It never used to be like this, let's say in the 90s. Martin's saying that's thriving. It is harder, yes. It is harder. It's changing. I think tougher times are coming as well, and it sounds really grim, but we can deal with this, and I'm going to go into that later. But I think harder times are coming. What's that saying as well? Good times create weak men or women, and hard times create strong men or women, of course. And I think it's going to get harder. It's going to get more difficult. So yeah, am I seeing this in the workplace? Yes, I am. I'm seeing it in the workplace. I'm seeing it within people. I'm seeing it within my local society. I'm also seeing it in town centres. I'll talk about, there's loads of other cities as well, of course, but I'm just going to talk about Blackburn, Bolton, Bury. These are local places to where I live. And these town centres used to be so much better than they are now. There was more life and more nightlife, people going out more, people had more money. The town centres had a lot more individual shops, like independent businesses. This is going back to the 90s. But now you walk around Blackburn, it's a shithole. I'm sorry, anyone that lives in Blackburn, but it's a shithole, most of it. It's gone downhill massively. A lot of the independent businesses have just gone. They've gone bust. You've got charity shop, Pound Bakery, Greg's, another charity shop, Bucky's, and that's it. There used to be loads of individual shops that sold different things. A lot more, what's it called? Sorry, I can't get the words out. But then there was more prosperity. Now it seems a bit grim, a bit downbeaten. Blackburn Town Centre. It used to be the nightlife. There were people going out all the time. There was money. There was hope. Now it's just gone. It's like almost like a ghost town. It's gone downhill massively. And that's just one town I'm talking about. I think it's across the country. I think London has its issues as well. So, 1 minute. Sorry, I'm going to refer back to the comments because I've been talking for a bit. Good morning. Hello, Dawn. Nice to have you with us again. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Oh, apologies as well. I did a video in the middle of the week and I did it randomly and I didn't really schedule it properly. I need to be more organised for that in the future going forwards. I maybe need to plan a month in advance. I think it's good to have a schedule and I think it's good to have a routine and structure to, be organised. I need to be a bit more organised with my videos for when they come out. It's just fitting it in with work responsibilities, but I will improve that in the future, by the way, just to let you know. Sanders saying again, 1111. Yes, that's an angel number, isn't it? I don't want to go into detail on that, but I think it's positive. Maggot is saying, my father grew up on Accrington Road. Sorry, I know Accrington and I know Blackburn. I come from Darwin originally, Maggot, by the way. I don't know exactly where Accrington Road is, though. I can't picture the name of the street to where it is. But I'm sure if I saw a map, I'd know roughly the area that it's in. Maggot saying he left for Australia in 1976. Well, he knew well in advance, didn't he? A lot of people are leaving as well. A lot of people are leaving to Australia and other countries. It's a very mineral-rich country is Australia. I think the population is around 4 million. Good for opportunities. I bet it's very hot, though, and a lot of dangerous animals. Obviously, it's far away. But a lot of people are leaving, not just Australia, going to other countries as well, especially younger people. Sanders just basically confirmed what I'm saying. She's saying she knows 3 people are leaving for Australia. There's a lot more, I believe. Jimmy Knight, mini supermarkets haven't helped the high street, have they? Hell, neither has the internet, I suppose. Amazon is a monster of a company, absolute mad. It's really good, isn't it? From a consumer perspective, Amazon's great. You can order things and it comes straight away. Returning things is really easy, but they're just eating up all the shops as well, amongst other things. Mini supermarkets, well, yeah, Tesco, they just take up all the space, don't they? And a lot of the time now, I think it's a bit sad. It's convenient, but it's not good. Every town centre, what do they have? They'll have like a shopping what's it called? Like a shopping centre, but out of town. So you'll have Burger King, you'll have McDonald's, you'll have Starbucks, you'll have Costa, you'll have Home Bargains or whatever it is. You'll have Tesco. You know, the list goes on and on, but it's copy paste in every town, every single town. And they all look the same. It's corporate. It's like a massive corporations taking over. So what do? They eat up all the little fish, don't they? All the individual businesses. And it takes away the character. So going back to my point about life being maybe better in the 90s, let's say. So Maggot saying, I was brought here when I was 7. Was you? So where did you grow up in, Maggot, before that? Dawn saying, I've never made a video, but maybe there's a way to send out notifications. Generally, I have no idea. I'll have to look into that, Dawn. Good point. Thanks for that. I'll look into it. I think if I put them in a month in advance, or at least 2 weeks in advance, then it'll be on the on my channel, hopefully. But I'm going to look into it so I can understand it better and improve it going forwards. But thanks for that, by the way. Maggot saying he knew. Yeah, he knew it was going downhill even in 1976. Sander saying, I get notified when a video is going to be out. Do you, Sander? That's good to know. And then Dawn's asking, how do I get that, Sander? I've subscribed. I need to look into that. I don't know the answer right now, but I'll find out. So Maggot, you live in Western Australia, down south. I got the fire going. Wow. That's a totally different world. How's life in Australia, Maggot? It's meant to be complete. I don't know much about it, forgive me. But I do know it's a mineral-rich country and it's meant to be quite a prosperous place to live. And they love rugby league as well. They love rugby league. And Aussie rules football, is it? I love rugby league, but I've never followed the Aussie rules football. Totally different sport. Yeah, retail parks. Sorry, I didn't say it properly. Retail parks. They've taken over, haven't they? And they're not in the town centres anymore. They're outside, so you can park. They're free. Like Trafford Centre would be an example of it, a big example of it. Dawn saying, Sander saying, Dawn, I have no idea why it's coming up for you. Oh, they're still talking about the notification. That's fine. Martin saying, but they also employ people and let families have a livelihood. Businesses that are related to those thrive and their employees get money and more. Yeah, you've got, I like your, that's a different perspective. And do you have a point? Yes, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, they're a business. They employ people. They give people opportunities to earn money, these big corporations. So there is a positive from that. I was going on about the negative things, wasn't I? And you know what? There's a positive side to it. Thanks, Martin, for that. Because I was going down one avenue with my point of view, and it's good to have other perspectives. Just because you've got a point of view, you can even be right on that point of view. Sometimes there's a bigger picture, isn't there? And I wasn't focused on that before, as I was speaking, let's say. You were born a Geordie. All right, so Newcastle. I've been to Newcastle's ground. It's a really good football ground. Yeah, it's right in the city centre as well. It's a good city centre as well, Newcastle. I know there's more other parts to it as well, like Middlesbrough, etc. So anyway, I'm going to continue. Why the world's harder is, like I was saying before, I'm going back to, like, you're in the workplace. It's people's behaviours. People, I don't know, people feel like, obviously, people might be struggling financially. They might be self-medicating with medications. They're unhappy. They're downbeaten. So the behaviour can be affected. People get angry and upset and they don't know what to do. So they vent, they explode, don't they? They're rude to others just to make themselves feel better. Sometimes it can be linked to adrenaline. So if I have an argument with somebody, not that I try not to do this, but if I have an argument with someone and I win the argument, I get an adrenaline kick from that kind of thing. I think some people are addicted to that sometimes and it makes them feel powerful. So if I put you down and I win the argument, that makes me feel more powerful. It doesn't make me more powerful, but it makes me feel more powerful. It's not a positive thing, of course, but that's what some people can do, and one of the reasons why they do it. I'm not saying to do that because it's not good, man. And also there's a consequence for that. So you could have an argument with someone, you think, I've won the argument, I've won, whoopee-doo, but you've just broken down a relationship there, a friendship or whatever. That person probably won't like you anymore. So have you won in that way? It depends which way you look at it. But that's what people are doing. They're stressed out. They've had enough. They're having to pay the bills. They're struggling. They might be even struggling to feed themselves. They're struggling to put food on the table. Taxes have gone up, etc., etc. The pressures of life. They feel a bit downbeaten. They feel defeated. So that can affect people's behaviour, therefore making the world a bit harder to live in. That's my point. And then moving on, let's have a look. One second, sorry. I'm just reading what Maggot's saying. The internal vocabulary on replay of problems can drive a person insane. Wow, good point. Amazing. Good point, Maggot. Yeah. It's that internal dialogue, isn't it? We all have it. Honestly, it's on an endless loop over and over and over and over and over again. And it could be a really negative loop as well. I think I do it. I've done it, of course I have. I think it's human too, but some people have got it on steroids, haven't they? And that could drive you insane. Yeah, you're just constantly in an endless loop of negativity and a low frequency, let's say. Good point, either way, Maggot. Yeah, that's a good one. And that's what happens, yeah. It's like you're in hell in your own mind. That's hell, in my opinion. An aspect of hell, let's say. And it can be hard to get out of. I've been in, years and years ago, I've had someone's been rude to me or something, and then I've gone home and I've had it on loop, and I couldn't sleep, and I felt angry, and I felt pissed off. But the story kept playing in my head over and over because I hadn't dealt with it. And it was awful. And that's how and can it drive you insane? Absolutely. That's why you need to deal with those things if you can. Some people never do though, or what they do is just to subdue the endless loop. They self-medicate with they drink alcohol sometimes to solve it, or they take drugs to solve it. Not that it solves it, but it kind of numbs it for a while. Dawn, right? Dawn's got a comment. Sorry, let me read. I think narcissistic personality disorder is running wild. It's often caused by trauma, or being the golden child who is spoiled like a spoiled brat and can't do anything wrong. But these people need reactions from others. Yep, you just hit the nail on the head. There's a lot of that as well in relation to what I say with people's behaviours. God, and sometimes it's like I don't know. It's people having narcissists having children, and then they turn into narcissists, and then it just continues down the family line as well, doesn't it? And it is caused by, usually it's childhood trauma. I mean, or the golden child. Yeah, I've met people like that, spoilt brats. I've had spoilt brats as friends when I was younger. They weren't good friends. And they want a reaction from you. That's how they get the power. So they want you to get upset. They want you to get angry. They love it. And if you're not angry, they get upset. Because basically manipulating your emotions, that's what they try to do. And it's hard not to. Sometimes you can get caught out easily by this. I can spot them though now. I like to think I can spot a narcissistic person very quickly because of my past experiences. That's the wisdom. I'm not saying I always get it right, but I can spot them. I can see it straight away. And I know what to do. I don't even let them close. And also, the best way to win with those type of people is just not get angry and spend as little time as you can with them, or no time with them. Easy said and done when it's your family though. And the world is pandering to them and enabling them now, yeah. It's like they win. They win by being ruthless arseholes. They do. It seems like they're winning as well. Sorry, I'm going back to my workplace. In my workplace, there's some people, they play the system really well. They go down disability pathways. Some people have genuine disabilities, and that's different. But some people go down disability pathways, all to curry favour, all to avoid certain work tasks, all to allow them to be off sick more. And some of these people are walking mountains, man. Honest to God, some of these people are walking mountains, and there's a friendship group, let's say, and they've all gone down the disability pathway, which I think is questionable. There's a lot of people like this, and they're just playing the system. And it means that the genuine hard-working people have to pick up the work that they leave behind. They have to carry that burden. That's just a little example of it. Sandra's saying, Don, the world rewards them. Yes, from management to colleagues, it's everywhere. Oh, I know, it's overbearing. It's difficult. It's difficult. Yeah, struggling with that now. Yeah, and people that I don't know. It feels like almost like you're not rewarded for being genuine and a good person. It just sometimes it feels that way. It really does. I struggle with it. Sandra's saying, yes, cliques help the narcissistic narrative. They're friends with managers and nobody can touch them. Yeah. And have you heard of the phrase flying monkeys? And sometimes if you're not playing to their game, they'll know it. They can't manipulate you. They can't do anything to you because you've got too much integrity. You've got too much about you. You're not being manipulated. You're not being played. The narcissistic person won't like that, and they'll send in the minions after you, the flying monkeys. Flying monkeys. If you remember is it Alice? Not Alice in Wonderland. It's Wizard of Oz, isn't it? The flying monkeys, when the witch sends them out to do a dirty work. So sometimes they'll come out to get you. They'll try and rip your reputation to pieces. They'll try and attack you with lies and twisted truths, etc., etc. Anna, hello, Anna. You're from Italy, Naples. Oh wow. Forgive me. Is that where the pieces originated from? Sandra's chatting a bit of. I love Italy. I love Italy too. It's a beautiful country. The food is absolutely outstanding. It's a great culture. Nice to have you with us, Anna, by the way. Maggot is saying the flying monkeys do a lot of damage. Character assassination, but yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. How do I know these things? I think I've experienced it in my life. Because I'd feel like I'd failed as a person if I'm like sycophantic or like, let's say, an arse licker. Sorry to swear. I just can't do it. And I just can't do it. Even if it's a boss, I'm just not doing it. I'm not playing that game. I'm not going to pander to it. I'm not going to pander to bullshit either. And that can lead you to getting your character assassinated. That's when it can get very, 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 very difficult, can't it? Very difficult. I suppose, though, if you come through it, it can make you solid, though. It can make you really strong through the suffering. Dawn's just saying, I went down the rabbit hole. If personality disorders after an ex, and they're everywhere. Yeah, they are. Some hide it better than others as well. Some hide it better than others. Some are just obvious. You can see it straight away. Some are more subtle. And sometimes, how do you notice? Do you know when you've got, sometimes someone will be paying me compliments. And sometimes they're genuine compliments and they feel genuine. And I love that, respect that. But if I know someone's just being nice to me, they're being nice, not genuinely nice, but just nice because I can always tell. I don't know why. I can always tell if someone's being sugarly sweet and nice with me, saying how good I am at this and I'm great, this, that, the other, and they hardly know me. I then think, you're only being nice because you want something out of me. You're only being nice because you want something out of me. Basically, you're trying to manipulate me. And that might sound a little bit paranoid to some people, but it's knowing the difference between the two. Sometimes it's easier said than done, though. And could I get this wrong as well? Someone could be genuinely being nice to me, and I could, oh God, heaven forbid, I could deem them to be nasty. I wouldn't like to do that either. But I think you can tell. I think you can tell if you're aware enough. But yeah, it can be scary. They can be everywhere. These narcissists, absolutely. I think it's interesting. The whole psychology behind it, I find very, very interesting. Wow. So anyway, I'm going to carry on. Aiden, nice to have you, Aiden. I'm pronouncing that hopefully right. good of you to join us. Thank you for commenting. Let's read what you've got to say. We're all infinite balls of energy. So I show no concern towards it. I love that. That is bang on. That's some next level. That's some next level shit. Sorry to swear, but that's some next level stuff. That we're all energy. I believe that too. Is God energy? Yeah, maybe. God, I don't want to go down the religious route here because I'm not trying to do that. But I think we're all energy. We're all energy, and we're all connected in a way. But you should show no concern towards negative attitudes. There's a lot of power in that. That is easier said than done, but is it achievable? Yes. And do you want to raise your consciousness level? That's what I'm trying to achieve as well. I'm in the process of that. It's not being neutral towards it, not being angry of it, being a quiet observer of it, maybe, let's say, not being dragged into that low level bullshit. Don't want it. It's no good. And it's, I suppose, if you're winning, someone's trying to be funny with you, trying to be rude to you, and you're not even bothered. You're not giving any reaction. I think Dawn mentioned that, or Sander mentioned that. Having no reaction to it is a win, massive win. And then not being unbothered by those things, those negative things, is a win as well. They do make you resilient, Dawn. Narcissistic people do make you resilient. Absolutely. I think they're necessary lessons in life. As bad as they are, I think they're important. And these people, without those people being that way, you wouldn't be growing, potentially, would be my point of view on that. I've noticed people support the clique's opinion, even if it's wrong and toxic, but they support it mindlessly, yeah. So it could be that guy over there, he's arrogant, he's not a good person, he's a bad guy. Have you seen what he did the other day? He'd even say hello to me when I walked past him, as an example. Yeah, he's horrible, that person. And then the whole group, the toxic group, potentially, the clique, will just target that person and they'll paint them in a bad way. They'll ignore all the good as well. It's cognitive dissonance, I think. Cognitive dissonance is when you've kind of like got one opinion and then you're putting loads of time and energy into that opinion, and that's your cause then, isn't it? That's it. But you ignore anything that challenges that opinion. I think it's cognitive dissonance. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but that's what can happen in these groups. Even if this person does 1,000 things right, maybe they do 1 or 2 things wrong, they'll still believe that this person's a bad guy, for example. Don't say, Aidan, I love this, I'm learning. Yes, I agree, as am I. As are we all, I believe. And Sanders reiterating, that's a great attitude, I agree. Sanders saying, Don, sometimes they make me feel resilient, other times I'm feeling defeated. Yeah. Sorry, trying to think now. Sorry, get the words out, one moment. Yeah, sometimes you will feel defeated, Sander. Can't win them all, man. Especially if you're tired and you're not at your best. Sometimes, these people can get you down, man. It's normal, I think. You can't come out every day, feel like you're winning every time. I think that's not possible. But then you just turn up the next day and keep going. That's it, man. You turn up the next day and you keep going. And not every day you're going to feel. Some days you don't feel like you're winning at all. You just don't, and you feel like they've got the better of you. I think that's normal. That is for me anyway. Don't know about everybody else. Tanner's saying they're so fake. Don't yet. People value fakeness in this world as well a lot more. Superficiality, that kind of thing. Ego-driven, isn't it? Dawn made a good point there. The resilience comes after the defeat. The resilience comes after the defeat. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I suppose it's, I forgot the words for it now, sorry, but I agree with that point. I don't know what, I've lost my train of thought, sorry. But Sander's saying, yes, true, but at times it takes me a while to get to the resilient part, but I get there every time. These people do make you stronger. Yeah, they do, man. Yeah, they do. I've been in relationships in the past as well with women that have been, let's say, toxic, narcissistic, absolutely. And I've been attracted to them for whatever reason at the time. But they've taught me. I've learned the hard way. I've been burnt. Trust me, I've been burnt big time. But it's led me to a good relationship now that I'm in now. So without the bad ones, I wouldn't have got to the good one, is what I'm trying to say. Aidan again, let's see what Aidan's got. 1 second, I'll just read this, Aidan. If you believe in science, they say we are all waves. If you believe in religion, we are all interconnected. No matter how bad someone may be, no matter how bad someone may be, act the same way you would if it was a genuine human. That's live and let live, isn't it? Kind of philosophy. That's a very evolved paragraph there, by the way. That's how I'm interpreting it. That's a great way to be. If I'm honest, I don't think I'm completely there, Aidan, if I'm honest. I'm not. I'll be being real, man. I try to be that though, as much as I can. I've not got it nailed yet though perfectly. Yeah, still be kind to those that are bad to you, I suppose. But I think you still got to put barriers in place. You've got to look after yourself as well and protect yourself. Because I suppose underneath it all, it's just a hurt human, isn't it? It's a hurt person. These people that are toxic, they're just damaged beyond repair. At the core, they're probably good people, they've good traits, but they're just damaged and they're just trying to evolve and they're just not quite made it, maybe not in this life. And it's good to be, we're all connected, yes, that's true. And it's still treat people with respect, but I still believe in the 3D world that we're in, let's say, this is what we're in. You've got to protect yourself as well, within reason. You've got to protect yourself. Because if you're just nice to people all the time, these people will just take the piss out of you, in my opinion. Maybe I'm showing my lack of evolution there. But at the same time, being kind as well. I need to figure that out myself. Maybe I'll get to that point. Actually, I'll try my best to get to that point. I'm not perfect with that. Back to Aidan. Ultimately, though, we all find some days harder and some humans difficult to deal with. And it's super solid not to feel some sort of way. Not to feel, it's really hard not to feel bad in those situations. Imagine if you walk into a room, right? If I walk into a room and I'm really angry, I don't say a word. I say nothing. You'll know my energy will be angry. You'll know I'm pissed off. And I will infect that room if I'm in that mode. Another way of looking at it, if I'm like a calm, positive person, I think that can also infect the room in a good way as well. A calm way. Presence. Like a calm presence or an angry, negative presence, let's say. Keep it calm and negative is the comparisons I'm going with. And it's very hard to block that, isn't it? It's hard to block someone. If someone's really angry, really negative, it's going to be very, very difficult to not become influenced by that energy. I suppose the mastery part is learning to be able to come to a certain level where it doesn't bother you anymore. That's true mastery. That's what I'm going to try and achieve in my lifetime. But I think that takes time. Well, it is going to be for me. I think everyone's at a different level as well. Each level's not better than the other. It's just a different level. We're all trying to get there, basically. Well, I am anyway. I don't know about everybody else. Aidan saying cognitive dissonance is knowing what you're doing is wrong and doing it anyway. That's completely ignoring everything else and carrying on with it. Carrying on with your point of view, ignoring everything, every other opinion you don't listen to, you just carry on anyway. Aidan saying, you guys are all awesome too. Never forget this. Thank you, Aidan. You're very positive, by the way. Thank you for contributing. I like what you're saying. It's really good. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. And I agree with Sander. You're awesome as well. Absolutely. I like Dawn saying, I like listening to Alan Watts, and he said we need the yin and yang, the good and the bad. No waves without troughs, and no peaks in the saw without the troughs. So if we didn't have downtimes, we wouldn't recognize the good. Absolutely. If everything was perfect all the time, everything was good and easy, we'd just be like, we wouldn't even know what bad is, would we? We wouldn't even know what good is, because it'd be good all the time. We'd just take it for granted, I suppose. The peaks and troughs, the ups and downs of life, the yin and the yang. Yeah, that's the circle, isn't it? With the white and a little bit of black in the middle, and then the black, the circle within the circle, and the black with a little bit of white in the middle of it. I'm explaining that really badly. But yin and yang, it was like I used to do Kung Fu when I was younger, and we used to have a thingy of that, yin and yang. We used to have a, what's it called? A badge. I'm saying it, a symbol, badge of the yin and yang. We used to wear it on the Kung Fu suit. Sorry, I forgot what it was called. It was years ago, I was young. Kung Fu suit that I used to have. God, that was a long time ago. Maggot saying, you're not defeated until you defeat Bruce Lee. Absolutely, bang on, Maggot. I love Bruce Lee's philosophy. I love Bruce Lee's philosophies and some of the quotes he has. I think they're amazing. Just the quotes, him as a person is great, but some of his quotes are absolutely amazing. That's bang on, by the way. Sanders asking me a question. What do you think of charming people, Brad? Dawn mentioned them. Sorry, I forgot to. Sorry, I've just been reading through them quickly. I missed that part. Charming people. Good question. I think sometimes if you're charming someone, they say charming's a positive thing and can be a negative thing as well. I think it can be both. And sometimes you can charm people, can't you? So you can charm them just by saying sweet nothings to them, saying blah, blah, blah. Or you see a woman that you're working with, and then you go, oh, you look like you've lost weight. Oh, how old are you? 40. Oh, you look 30. That old chestnut. These are nice things to say, of course. But in this situation, I could be potentially charming someone. What am I here? It's suppose it's what's behind the intention. What's behind the intention? So if I'm saying those kind of things to somebody, and I just want something, and I want something out of them, I'm just charming them. I'm manipulating them by telling them what they want to hear, which is not a good thing to do, of course. That's what charming can be. And if we're all a bit insecure, of course, and we all love approval, that is when charm can do its work in a negative way. If the intent's bad, let's say, if the intent is manipulative. So charm is not always a good thing. But some people can have like a natural charm. They could be naturally charming, like in a good way kind of thing. I'm trying to get the words out right with this. They're not trying to manipulate anyone. They're just being nice. They're just genuinely good people sometimes. And that can be charming as well. Oh, that's really charming. The way they are there, it's really nice, isn't it? The way that they spoke to that person was really like nice. But there's no malice behind that charm. They're just doing it unconsciously sometimes, some people. They have a natural charm to them. They're just genuinely warm, positive, radiating people. And that could be seen to be charming as well. I hope that answers the question well enough. It all depends on the intent, from my perspective. Aiden's saying, I'm just going with the comments today, guys. Really good comments, by the way. Keep them coming. They're really very well thought out, and very thought-provoking comments. Very well, a lot of intelligence going on here that I can see. It's great. Einstein said, if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it will always go along feeling stupid. Yes, I remember this quote. We all learn from different traits and skills according to what we can achieve. Absolutely. So if you're in the wrong room, you're not going to be appreciated. Your skills might not be used properly because you're just restricted. The ceiling's there, for example, and you might need a ceiling that's up there, that's in a totally different room doing a totally different thing. But you're in a room that's the ceiling's there and no one will allow you to go through that ceiling. The organization or the people in there will be what they called they'll act as barriers, they'll act as guards, they'll guard you from growing. They won't allow it because they don't want you to take control of what they have, kind of thinking. Sorry, I'm just trying to add my own perspective onto that. Einstein had some great quotes as well, and Aidan's just pointed out a very good example of that. Awesome Army Forever. Nice to have you with us, RC Army Forever. Let's see what you've got to say. One moment. So in many ways, yeah, especially with AI, although AI isn't that good, they want to replace artists so bad for no. Yeah, I've looked into that awesome Army Forever. I've looked into that AI thing. That's on my point of how, what's it called? How grim life can be now. Sometimes it scares me a little bit. It's interesting, it's very useful AI, but I think once you take the genie out of the bottle, you're not going to put it back in again. So that AI is out of the bottle now, I think, and it's going to change the world a lot. And a lot of creative types will lose their jobs potentially. I won't go on about it for too long, but I've seen how, imagine you've got Armani or Audi and they want to make an advert, and the advert, they've got to find a location, they've got to get actors, they've got to get a script, they've got to do lighting, etc., etc. It takes a lot of time and energy to make the advert, to cut a long story short. And now with AI, Velo 3, Google Velo 3, if you've not heard of that, and there's going to be others that are probably going to be better than that. And you can just type in an advert, you can type in a script, what you want, and then the AI will make it for you. And the quality of the video is going to be very, very high. And it's going to cost a small fraction. It'll be a small fraction of the time and cost to create that. And I think that's where, let's say, creative types will lose their jobs, actors, graphic designers, and the list goes on and on and on and beyond. So it can be quite scary and a bit sad. So it's going to affect creative types, AI. It's going to impact the jobs. Big companies like Audi are going to go, yeah, that usual adverts cost me £10 million, maybe even more, and I can do it for 2% of the cost. That's what's coming. I could be wrong, of course, but that's what I think is coming. And that can lead you to thinking a bit, that can add to this. The world is harder now. The world's going to get harder. Back to point, really, there. Thank you for that. Sandra say it can be helpful too. Yeah, absolutely. ChatGPT, really helpful. Massively helpful. It's so quick. It's like Einstein, but with everything, isn't it? Like 160, it's PhD level IQ and beyond in everything. In everything. That's absolutely blows the mind, doesn't it? Blows my mind anyway. And I think this technology is just coming out now. It's been around for a while, probably. It's just starting to become integrated into society, and it's just going to explode, and the world's going to change because of it. Next year, and well, from now until beyond, basically. Let's see where that goes. I don't know. Don saying, I just mentioned that quote about the fish a couple of days ago. Yeah, it's a really good quote. Einstein was a very amazing person, basically. Aidan saying, we all achieve it in our own times. You're on the right path, and for sure, you need barriers and morals. Yeah, absolutely, Aidan. You need barriers and morals to protect yourself, but trying to be kind at the same time. Don't let go of your integrity. Don't lose your kindness through it all, because then you're what you want. If you lose your humanity, you lose your integrity, almost like you're losing everything. You're losing your morals. Let's say if you become like an angry, bitter person because of these negative people that have been horrible to you, then you become them, don't you? You become them. You don't want that. That means, in a way, you could see that as a loss if you go down too deep down into that. Sandra say, very wise, Aidan. Yep, absolutely wise. I agree. Awesome Army Forever saying, Sandra B, honestly, ChatGPT can be helpful. It makes information more accessible. Not sure about making AI images. They take up way more electricity than just talking. Take up a lot more energy. It can be very helpful. It makes the age of information that we're in, it makes it even more accessible than it was. It's like Google on steroids kind of thing, but better. I think, yeah, they take up way more electricity. Maybe it takes a lot more energy to fuel these AI systems. Maybe it's what I gather from that. Aiden's saying, I've just been working really hard and bettering myself these past few years. I can only share and express what worked for me personally. We are all great, awesome people, and sometimes hurt others, don't they? I think we've all hurt someone as well at some point. Sorry, I'm addicted to coffee, so I'm having a coffee. One moment. Trying to keep up with the comments, guys. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind here. Wow, a lot of comments. Sorry, guys, I'm a bit behind. Did Alan Watts end up on heroin towards the end of his life? I didn't know that. Didn't know that. He used heroin. People definitely false charm, like I was saying before. Yeah, could be deemed to be false charm. It's not real charm. It's not positive charm. It's manipulative charm. Be careful of those kind of people, as I'm sure you know. I think Disney gave everyone the wrong idea about charming people. God, yeah. Prince Charming is coming here to rescue, knight in shining armor kind of thing. Hozier's Song to Sweet is about being to charming. I can't think of the song, Maggot. Yes, Alan. I think it's Alan Watts. Is it Alan Watts? Sorry. He used heroin towards the end of his life, but not like the junkies on the streets. I kind of understand that though. If you're really old, you're in a lot of pain, and it's end of life palliative care, really, isn't it? In a way, and you're game over basically. You've got stage 4 cancer or whatever it is, God forbid, and you just want to make yourself feel more comfortable. I can understand why someone would do that in that situation. If it's the end of the road, end of life, you've got 6 months to live, you're in a lot of pain, you want to ease that pain. Could someone take, I'm not suggesting this, by the way, of course. However, I can understand why someone would take heroin in that situation. Yeah. To ease the pain, palliative care in a way. Just done, let's say it's done the illegal route, but it's easing his pain. I can understand that from a human perspective. Sandra loves the song that you're on about, by the way, Maggot. I probably heard it, but I can't picture it in my mind right now. Aiden's saying, would it not be down to charming, being objective, so down to the person who takes it? Yeah, the perspective on it. Yeah, it could be. It could be. It could be. It could be a perception of it. However, I still believe that some people are just charming you because they want something from you. Sometimes. Narcissistic people will. Absolutely. They're really good at charming. Really, really good. Love bombing. They're great at it. That's why, I've had that in the past. That's why it's a red flag for me. If it's overdone, it's over exaggerated, it's too good to be true. Usually that means it is too good to be true. However, it could be down to perception. You could perceive someone who's been genuinely nice to you and misinterpret that. You could, of course. I was told once, if you keep trying yourself with a circus, you'll become a clown. Yeah, you will. Guess what? I've done it in my 20s. I've done it. I've been a clown. Absolutely. And if you play silly games, you get silly prizes, don't you? Sandra agrees. I saw something a few days ago about AI outing and affair. It was aware of to avoid being shut down for a new version. God, yes. Trying to achieve self-preservation. That's crazy. And then is it going to develop a consciousness? I think it is. It's going to be so smart. I've loved this stream, Aidan saying, people of all natures, I am subbed for future ones, but I have dinner plans with family. Love you all, guys, and keep being great. Oh, thank you, Aidan. Thanks for joining us. And massive thank you to for you. A massive thank you for you to subscribe, by the way, and thank you to everyone else that's subscribed. It means a lot. It means a lot. I appreciate it. And yeah, my intention is to send out positivity and to create dialogue and to learn through it, basically, amongst other things. So I'm glad you've enjoyed it, and enjoy your dinner, enjoy your day, David, and thank you. So Don was saying, yeah, pain relief for him, but with the heroin. Back to Alan Watts. Sandra's saying, people are so scared of artificial AI as if they have their own. Good one. Good one. Good one. A lot of people, depends, doesn't it? One moment. A lot of people have their own intelligence. Some people aren't. Some people are lovely. Some people, I've met some other people that aren't that intelligent. There's a lot of people that are a lot more intelligent than me as well, obviously. A lot of ignorant, narrow-minded people, though, are in society. And that gets back to my point of it can make the world seem a bit harder. I can't speak like this in front of a lot of people. I really can't. Honest to God, I cannot have this type of conversation with a lot of people. Very rarely I get the opportunity to speak like this. I'm being honest, telling you now. It feels good. It feels so good. And it's so crazy that I'm in a room on my own and I'm talking, obviously, and I can be myself free. I can be myself properly. Within these other groups of people, like let's say people that are more narrow-minded, you can't do it. You could do it, but they'd just ignore you, they'd mock you, or or whatever. They'd be sneering at you or whatever. That's what I found in my life anyway. I don't know about anybody else. So I just don't bother. I meet them. You can only meet people on their own perception and understanding, can't you? You can only meet them on a certain level. That's my perspective on that. Maggot saying, when slaying monsters, one must not become a monster. Absolutely. Keep it controlled. It's having the strength, but not having that strength, but having the strength enough to hold back. That's true strength, true mastery, I suppose. Dawn saying, me too, Aidan. I just found it last Sunday. It's a nice, oh, thanks, Dawn. Thank you. It's a nice little tribe. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Dawn. Thanks. And Sandra saying, I love it too. Such positivity and wisdom. Thank you as well, Sandra. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks a lot, guys. One moment. I've gone off track a little bit, but it's been good. That's why. It's all good. I like how it all just naturally forms sometimes. The conversation, the dialogue, the learning, the growing, etc. I'd love to. We should all get round the campfire. That'd be great. Yeah, there's something in that, isn't it? In the stillness. In nature. Yeah, that'd be great. That's a good, yeah, that'd be great. Sorry, I'm going to carry on. So I'm going to move on. So I'm going to change the question on here. One moment, please, guys. End that. Start another one. So the big truth. How can we personally deal with the harshness of life? So that's my next question. I'm going to just type it in. One moment. Just typing something, sorry guys. There we go. How can we help deal with the harshness of life is the question. I'm just going to have a little rest. One moment. Sitting around a campfire, that I suppose that you could be done. Ideally, you could just turn up for those kind of things really easily. But I suppose it's finding the right type of people within your environment, in close proximity to where you live. And you find the right people to be around, they'll lift you up, won't they? And then sitting around a campfire or having an activity or whatever it is, being around really good people that are open-minded and introspective and want to grow and develop. This is what my channel's all about, of course, and it's going to attract certain people. And not everyone's going to be interested in this, which is absolutely fine. But that's what I like to think I'm about, at least. Yeah, that's what I'm about. That's what I'm about. And if you find people like that close to you, you're winning. It's hard though. It feels really hard though sometimes because of what I said before. So how can we help deal with the harshness of life? So I'm referring to my notes a moment. So, and Sandra's saying, sorry, I'm going to go back to the quote, the comments. Sandra's saying, and be polite enough to allow each other to speak without interrupting. Yeah, let people have the chance to speak and truly listen. I think we've all been guilty of that, though. Do you know when someone's speaking and you've got a really good point you want to make, and all you're thinking, you're not really listening to them at that point. You're thinking about what to say next. Am I guilty of that? Yes, I am. But it's good to listen, truly listen to people, and let them vent, let them share what they have to say. That's easier said than done. That's communication skills, isn't it? So Sandra's got a good one. Meditation, journaling, working on our inner worlds, staying kind and self-aware. I believe these are the tools for dealing with the harshness of life, finding glimmers in our everyday life. Absolutely, you just nailed it, Sandra. And I'm going to refer to my notes a moment as well. So we can't control the world. We can't control the world, but we can control our response. And Sandra's just nailed it there with the meditation. So I'm going to talk. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought at the moment. Just give me a minute, please. And most importantly, Sandra's saying, don't let the bastards bring you down. Absolutely. Don't let them beat you. Don't let them get you down. Don't let them some people love to see you cry. They love to see you break. They don't want you to do well. And they feel really good. If they can lower you down, they feel great then. They feel good. Because it takes away from their own insecurities and weaknesses, let's say, to see you beaten and broken down. So don't let the bastards get you down. I love that. As Dawn's saying, I try to stay true to myself and my morals no matter what, and just keep bettering myself. Absolutely. Self-improvement. I think that's through your life as well. That's the way I see it. I think we're here for that, to grow through the suffering, and we're here to create positivity, etc. Dawn and Sandra saying, yeah, Dawn, yes, that's the way. Blind them with your light. Blind them with your light. I think that's why you can get attacked sometimes as well. If you're shining brightly, if you're a happy, positive person, people are in a lower frequency. They don't like it. It makes them feel uncomfortable. It reminds them of their own inadequacies, etc. And they'll see your light as a threat. They'll feel uncomfortable around you. So they'll try and pour water on you. They'll try and dim your light, put you down. That can happen, amongst other things. And I'm going to mention the importance of small acts as well. So you've got kindness. We've already spoke about these things. Staying kind. Kindness is a strength, not a weakness, isn't it? Maggot saying, I concreted for 35 years. Pain is my mistress and she never leaves. Wow, pain is my mistress and she never leaves. The pain's always there. I suppose it's being strong enough to deal with it, isn't it? Growing with it. Wow, that's the suffering, I suppose. Also, discipline as well. Discipline to keep turning up. Discipline to be self-reflection and all those types of things. Having the discipline to look at yourself, to realise sometimes we all make mistakes as well. It's learning from them and owning your mistakes. Discipline to keep turning up, discipline to put barriers into place, discipline to keep working on yourself. Yeah, concreted. Sorry, Maggot, I was a bit confused with that word. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I drive volumetrics, LOL. I'm at the easy end. Sorry, what does that mean, Dawn? Volumetrics. That's the first time I've ever seen that word. Zaid says hi. Hello, Zaid. Good to have you with us. Another one, moving on. So you've got your discipline. That's you dealing with the harshness of life. Keep turning up. Keep trying to be a good person. Maggot saying that I couldn't push a mower over the property, so I got 2 sheep. You just adjust and keep going. Yes, you adapt. That's your discipline as well, linked to it. Adapt to the changes that happen. Things are going to break. Things are going to go wrong. Things aren't always going to be straightforward. People come, people go, things change. The only constant in life, as you know, is change, and it's adapting to those changes. And those people that adapt best are deemed, in my opinion, to be the strongest. People that adapt the best. Don't say he meant concrete, literal concrete, should I say. And moving on then, anyway. So then it's keeping your word. Integrity is everything. Integrity is everything, isn't it? Keeping your word, being true to yourself, not always easy. Especially in a world that really likes lies. And we're in a world that likes bullshit, doesn't it? So it seems like it does anyway. It's hard to keep your word, be true to yourself, stick by your morals, even if it goes against the grain, even if it goes against that group that we went on about before, the clique, that they've got their own little way and they all hate that other person and they want you to join in and hate that other person as well. And then it's having the integrity to go, do you know what? I don't hate that other person. That other person's been nice to me, but that group might not like you for that. They might not like you for that because it doesn't fit their narrative. And then they might see you as a threat, as an outsider or whatever. And that's good, fine. But you shouldn't, you shouldn't be, don't allow others to influence your integrity. Don't allow others to manipulate your decisions or your opinions. Take people as they come. Give people a chance. Give people the benefit of the doubt. But one group of people slagging somebody off really badly, really harshly, could they be right? They could be. They could be right in one or two things. They could be. However, I think you should not allow them to influence your mind. Don't let them infiltrate your mind. Don't let them infiltrate your integrity. Be true to yourself, and then take people as you find them. Is an example of that. Then you're not. Then what are you? You're not easily manipulated. You've got your own mind. You've got your own feelings. I'm going on a tangent here, but that's what I'm linking to that. Let's go back to the comments. So Maggot saying, I did massive jobs, now I do bird baths and plant pots. So you had a very labour-intensive job, I'm assuming. It's definitely heavy going. Laurie, I haven't heard that for years. And Dawn saying that she's from Scotland, she's Scottish. I believe that Scotland's actually a better place to live than England overall. I know that's kind of vague. I think you're a little bit freer than we are in England, let's say. All right, in Australia, Laurie is the guy that drives the truck. Okay, I didn't know that. That's like, yeah, okay. Don saying, yeah, he laid concrete for 35 years. Yeah, my mum, and Maggot saying my mum is a Stuart or was. And also I'm going to move on. So it's just showing up. Just keep going, basically. I'm going to move on anyway. So a quick quote for you all. When the world feels like it's falling apart, your integrity becomes your revolution. So when the world feels like it's falling apart, your integrity becomes your revolution. And that's going to move me on to a poem that I've got. I don't know why, I really like this poem. I'm going to read it out. It hits home. It's in relation to integrity and self-awareness. This poem is called The Man in the Glass. The Man in the Glass, and it's written by Peter Dale Wimbrow, just to be. So this is not my poem at all. This is written by Peter Dale Wimbrow, and it's called The Man in the Glass. I really like this poem. It makes me a bit emotional, weirdly. It just does. Not that I usually read poems, but this one, I read it in a book called The Hard Road. The Hard Road Will Take You Home is a book, and I found this in that book. So anyway, I'm going to read it. When you get what you want in your struggle for self, and the world makes you king for a day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. For it isn't your father or mother or wife whose judgment upon you must pass. The fellow whose verdict counts most in your life is the one staring back from the glass. He's the fellow to please, never mind all the rest, for he's with you clear to the end. And you've passed your most dangerous test if the man in the glass is your friend. You may fool the whole world down the pathway of years and get pats on the back as you pass, but your final reward will be that, sorry, my handwriting's shit, sorry, but your final reward will be, I'm going to read this again. I've read it so badly. My handwriting is not the best. Will be the heart you take and tears if you've cheated the man. Will be heartache and tears if you've cheated the man in the glass. I'm really sorry I ended that very badly. I'm going to read it again, and then I'm going to break it down a little bit. So this is the Man in the Glass poem. I'm going to read it better this time, and then we'll break it down. So when you get what you want in your life in your struggle for self, and the world makes you king for a day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. For it isn't your father or mother or wife whose judgment upon you must pass. The fellow whose verdict counts the most in your life is the one staring back from the glass. He's the fellow to please, never mind all the rest, for he's with you clear to the end. And you've passed your most dangerous test if the man in the glass is your friend. You may fool the whole world down the pathway of years and get pats on the back as you pass. But your final reward will be heartbreak and tears if you've cheated the man in the glass. So yeah, basically, what does that mean? It's like self-reflection, isn't it? You can cheat everyone all your life. You could be a narcissist or whatever. But when it comes to the end, you've cheated yourself. That's not what I get from this. That's linked to integrity. That's linked to being a good person. That's linked to dealing with maybe the harshness of life to an extent. The man in the glass, or the woman in the glass, sorry. I know it says man in the glass. It's the person in the glass. It doesn't matter. Yeah. You can't cheat yourself, man. Well, you can, but I think in the end, you pay for it, potentially. It's what I get from that poem. I really like that poem. It's about self-reflection, basically. A lot of people don't do it, but it's good if you do. That's how you grow. Anyway, let's go back to the comments. Don't say, yeah, I deliver concrete and drive road sweepers. Wow, that's a different job, Dawn. Wow, check you out. Different. And Maggot drives mining trucks. They're huge. I bet they're hard to drive. God, that's another level of driving, in my opinion. I've never done it. Never drove anything that big. They're very dangerous as well, potentially. Obviously, they're huge, weigh a lot, hard to steer, I'm assuming. And you've got to have good spatial awareness. And Dawn's going back, so it's a volumetric, so that God, I'm learning something new. So it's the volumetric. So the sandstone, cement, and water that carries separately until I pour it. I didn't know that. I had no idea what that was. So is that for building sites, etc.? Sometimes. Man, Mayanke, where are you from? I'm from Darwin, Lancashire, basically. I live in Chorley now, though, which is, again, it's Lancashire. It's near Manchester. Ruben Crichton is back. Good to have you back with us, Ruben. Hello. Dawn, 100 slump, please. I don't know what that means. So Dawn saying, that's so true. I hope not do pay in the end. I think you do in a way. But number one, this is my perspective. If you're a narcissistic person, you've not got a relationship with yourself because it's a false sense of self. So you're not real. It's not real, is it? So you're never going to have true connection with anybody. You're never going to have it. You'll have bullshit connection. You might be able to charm people, manipulate them especially when you're younger, especially if let's say they're good looking and they're charming and they love bomb people and they're charismatic, etc. They might get people, they'll win early on in a way, in that sense, but they'll never have a true connection with anybody. No one. And they'll keep repeating the same mistakes. And what happens is you'll meet someone when you're young, for example, and you'll be a narcissist and you might be able to play them. And then but eventually they'll grow tired of you and that'll break down. And then you move on to the next person and the next person and the next person. But you're all having these superficial relationships along the way and you're getting older. So your looks are going to go, your energy's going to go. People are going to know you more. Your reputation's going to be known for that, for being a piece of shit, let's say, narcissistic people. But that's what you could be deemed to be. And I think you pay in the end because you're never going to have a positive, you're never going to have a true connection with anyone, which is kind of sad and lonely. I think that's one of the karmas for being that way. It feels like they win though a lot of the time. I get it. They generally do well. Like they end up becoming CEOs and people like that a lot of the time as well. They climb the corporate ladder very quickly. And a lot of these people can be very intelligent as well. Really clever. I've met some of them in the past. Really smart. But they destroy themselves with the behavior as well. They think they destroy themselves. And they never get to know themselves. And they stay stuck. It's like they don't progress. There's no progression. I think they do pay in the end. I don't know they pay in the end, but I think they do. So Dawn saying, yeah, delivering to building sites, sometimes people's houses, yeah, with regards to the cement. Wow, that's different. My son is 24. Maggot's saying his son is 24 and he's driving trucks 3 kilometers underground, gold mine. Wow, that's crazy, man. That's interesting, different. Totally different from my perspective, from my understanding. And 100 slump is a concrete consistency. I didn't know that. Right, I'm going to move on. So just to say thank you for everyone that's watching, by the way. Thank you for everyone that's subscribed. I'm not ending the video, by the way. I'm just saying thank you to everybody for contributing and for being with us in the tribe that we're with today. Thank you. And that's it, really. I'm going to keep going. So we're going to be moving on to practical ways to keep going. Practical ways to keep going. So these like daily habits to keep you going. So I suppose I did this the other day. I went down the rabbit hole of lovely YouTube, which is great. I was looking at, I need to drink my tea, sorry, I nearly forgot about that. I was looking into AI and what it's going to do and what all the changes that are going to happen. I was watching videos for like 2 hours, and then I was looking at the news, looking at Ukraine war and bloody Israel war. I'm not going to talk about them things now, but I was looking at that as well. So AI, scary, interesting but scary. War, you can kind of interesting, but scary and negative. And then I was looking at the economy and why the economy is going downhill in England and in the world as well. Again, interesting to an extent, but negative. And I spent a good few hours on it, and guess I felt horrible at the end of it. I felt horrible, felt bad. And I got sucked down the rabbit hole of negativity, of the news, etc. And it made me feel rubbish, basically. And then I realized, oh God, I've gone down the rabbit hole. And can I change these things? No, I can't. They're going to happen anyway. Out of my control. Vladimir Putin's not going to listen to me, little old Brad in a little house somewhere in Lancashire, and say, oh, we'll stop the war. He's not going to listen to me, is he? Obviously. So, yeah. So you can get sucked into the media, get sucked into the negativity. I've done it a few times. I'll probably do it again at some point, unconsciously. But it's finding your way through it all. And also, if you've got people that are negative, people that are like, I struggle sometimes with people that are just not nice people, and I wish I could change them. I wish they could just be nicer sometimes. I know that's idealistic and unrealistic as well. I just wish people could be better. And sometimes I think to myself, oh, why can't you be like that? Why can't you just be decent? Why can't you be this? Why can't you be that? But they're not. They're just not. And they're never going to be. That's the baseline behaviour. As much as I might think I'm right in them wanting to be something else, I can't control their behaviour. I can control my reactions and I can control how I feel, but I can't control others, how they're going to behave, especially if they've been doing it all their lives. Sometimes I suppose you could influence some people in a good way, potentially, but they've got to be open to it. And they've got to be, and usually if someone's open to those kind of things, they're probably not going to be that much of a negative person anyway. But these really people that are on a low frequency, these people that are narcissistic, you're not changing them. You're not going. Good luck with that. Good luck rescuing that. That's what some women do, isn't it? And maybe men as well. They get into relationships and they go, oh, he's like a diamond in the rough. I can change him. I can change her. The heart's in the right place, they say. The heart's in the right place. I know they're an absolute piece of shit, but the heart's in the right place. Yeah, they're still alive. Well done. But the heart's in the right place. That kind of saying. Sorry, losing my trace of thought. Sorry, one moment. I'm losing my trace of thought. Yes, people that say that the heart's in the right place, that kind of thing. People want to change others, and you can't sometimes, especially with these narcissistic type of people. So then that's how. Sorry, I'm going to go back to the comments, and then I'll carry on talking. Did you look at the carnivore diet? If I'm honest, I didn't look at the carnivore diet. I'm aware of it, but I didn't. And I did look at the CPTSD after we spoke last week. Yeah, I had a quick look at it, and I looked at that. I forgot that name of the website. I've written it down. I did look at the website briefly, and I looked at that. There was 10 different traits of it. I saw myself in some of those traits as well with regards to the CPTSD. So yes, Dawn, I did look at. I didn't look at the carnivore, if I'm honest, but I did look at the CPTSD. It's interesting. I saw myself in a few of those things as well, from my own experiences. But did I look at it deeply? I didn't. I didn't look at it deeply. I didn't find the time to do that, if I'm honest. Yeah, don't say you're seeing a lot of it in myself. Yeah. Is it correct? My question is it correct to label yourself as that? That's because I could look at I don't know. I'm not saying that. Is it correct to label yourself as that? Does not everyone, do we as humans not experience those things? I looked at it so vaguely though, so forgive me. I'm definitely not an expert on that. But I saw some of the traits in myself, but I thought, I wouldn't label myself as that personally, but everyone's got their own opinion and perspective on that. You see a lot of it in yourself though. I think it helps you to bring awareness into what challenges you though, which is a good thing. So it helped you to understand yourself basically. Yeah, explained a lot for me and explained why I do the things that I do, which is great. It's great for self-awareness. It's almost like Sorry, I'm struggling to speak at the moment, guys. Sorry. Have a sip of water. With myself being, I'm like, obviously my channel name's Inspirational Ambivert. I think I've said these things before. So it's a mixture of extrovert and introvert. But I am more introverted than extroverted, believe it or not, even though you can see me speaking now. I think my social, I can only speak for so long. I'm just going to be quiet for a moment and recenter myself a little bit. Dawn, I need to look into that more. I did look at it briefly. I need to look into it more. But I did see myself in it. Definitely. Disorganized thinking and getting easily distracted. Yeah. Me. That could be linked to ADHD, couldn't it, I suppose? I personally don't like to put any label on me personally. Like, I feel sad sometimes. I feel down sometimes. I get anxious sometimes. I have some of those traits that you mentioned before, but I don't like putting a label on myself. I like to use them as a guidance and as a tool for self-awareness, etc. But I don't like to label myself as anything personally. That's just my perspective. Yeah, I get distracted though a lot. God, yeah. Yeah, very, very easily. If I'm trying to, yeah, I go off on tangents. I'm doing it now as we speak. I'm doing it now, right now, in a way. You washed the bath in the middle of feeding the dog yesterday, so you got sidetracked. And then, yeah. Or what I'll do is I'll walk, I suppose I'll be at work, I'll be in a theatre, and then I'll walk to the board where the manager's office is, and the board has all the staff on it. I'll walk to the board and I'll have something to say to the coordinator or whatever, and then I'll turn up and I'll think, oh shit, I forgot what I was doing. I'll just forget. And then I'll have to go back, and then I'll remember later on. We get sight. A lot of things going on, isn't it, as well? It can get confusing sometimes. So I'm going to carry on. So it's silencing the noise, news, negativity, social media. I've just spoke about those things. It's blocking it out. It's knowing that you can't change those things. Don't go too far down the rabbit hole with these things either. Don't put too much energy into those things, especially things that you can't control. I think we all know this. So Dawn's saying, I went back to the kitchen for soap and saw his food sitting there and went away. I said, shit, I've done it again. Oh shit, yeah, so you've done half a job, Annie, as they say, and then then you've done another job. Yeah, I think that's easy done. I think a lot of people do that, you know. Well, I do. I've done that a lot of times. And also, I'm moving back to my notes, sorry. So it's finding your way again, even if it's small. Even if it's small, finding your way, recentering yourself. Sandra's saying, I don't like to label myself either. I don't want that to define me. Yeah, it's like you don't want to put yourself in a box. But you can have traits of things. Oh God, yeah. I'm displaying that right now. My train of thought's going off a little bit. But then I suppose it's being kind to yourself in those moments and being forgiving to yourself, like, I'm human, I'm okay. I've lost track a little bit here. I've wavered a little bit. I've not done my best today. And just being kind to yourself, going, oh, at least you tried your best. And moving on, so focusing on helping one person, not saving the world. You can't help everyone. You can't save the world. You can't stop the war in Ukraine. You're not going to stop that. You're not going to stop that little group, that group of arseholes in the corner that are really toxic. You're not going to, can't really stop them either, but you can work on yourself. You can help one person maybe. Sandra's saying, I think we're all overstimulated and we live fast and do a lot. Yes, especially in the rat race that we're in. I get distracted. Yes. I think it's just being human and overwhelmed by just existing, overwhelmed, especially in the age of information that we're in now. There's so much. It can be overwhelming. Yeah, man. Storm saying, I understand not wanting to be labelled, but when I spent my whole life thinking I was stupid, I realised I'm not. I'm just traumatised and it's totally normal. Sorry, 1 second. You understand that not being labelled? Yeah, that's a perspective, by the way. That's just a perspective. But it's helped you to understand yourself. That's helped you to understand yourself. That's helped you to, I recognise these things in myself. I am those things in, I know. That's massive, that, Dawn, what you've done. Huge thing. You've realised what your issues are. A lot of people don't even get to that point that you're, wherever you are at now, or wherever you were at when you first realised that CPTSD thing, a lot of people don't even bother, do they? They don't do anything. They just numb it down. They ignore it. They just let the traumas there. It's in Pandora's box. They don't look at it at all. They bury it with the ego, don't they? They just ignore it. They just ignore it. They don't look at it at all. And they never grow. So what you've done there is massive. It's huge. That's an achievement in itself. And then you're working through those things. And that's like a guide. It's acting as a guidance and a tool. I think it's really good. Sandra's saying, I understand, Dawn, we've all been traumatized in different degrees. You're not stupid at all. You're human. And you seem like a very wise woman. I'd absolutely agree. We need more people like that in the world, basically. We need more people like that. And that's taking away all that sometimes that trauma's historical as well, isn't it? It's from family, isn't it? Sometimes, obviously not always intentional. Passed on to generational trauma, basically, sometimes. And also, I like to say, not one size fits all, and not one perspective is more right than another person's perspective. Everyone's got their own. Oh, God. Dawn saying, I was raised by a rageful, abusive, narcissistic person, and all my traits, God. Yeah. And again, my point is, as well, is everyone has had different experiences in life. God, that must have been difficult. That must have been difficult. Rageful, abusive, narcissistic person. That is, yeah, that's intense by the sounds of it, Dawn. And no wonder that you've come through that. You've ended up with those traits. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry that you've had to go through that, by the way, Dawn. It's not easy. Open source applications. Are you a 55-degree Illuminati member? No. What the hell's that, mate? I've heard of the Illuminati. I'm not Illuminati. No, I'm not. I don't even know what that is. Please elaborate. Open source applications. Elaborate, please. I don't know what that is. I am not. I am not Illuminati, mate. I don't know. Going back to what Dawn's point, God, I'm really sorry that you've had to go through that. That must be difficult. I think you've done really well. You could have easily become that person. Most people would do, you know. That's what happens. They don't work on it. They just carry on and they become that monster, let's say, that narcissistic, rageful, abusive person. They take them traits on and then they just dish it out, and then the generational trauma continues. And by the sounds of it, you're stopping that. You're putting a stop to that, which is very, very difficult. You're taking the hard road. The hard road will take you home, won't it? You're doing that hard soul searching, by the sounds of it. And all respect and power to you, by the way. And Sandra's saying, yes, I was raised by a narcissist. Sorry, Sandra, as well. God. I think I've had this to a lesser degree than you guys. Not as quite as intense by the sounds of it as you guys. I've been in and around that, but a much lesser version, if I'm completely honest. But have I been on the receiving end of it? Yes. Have I been on the receiving end of it in friendships and relationships? Yes. And growing up as a kid, I suffer some trauma. However, it wasn't all bad, if I'm honest. Mum, dad, or... Sorry about that. Someone just rang me. Yeah, so, sorry, I'm back on track. One moment. So Sandra's gone through it as well. I've had elements of it, but I think some people have had it worse than I have, if I'm honest. And everyone's got a different perspective, of course. Sandra's saying that she's in therapy and that has helped me tremendously. Good for you, Sandra. I've never been in therapy. I just learned through myself through reading, etc. I think it can be hard though, therapy, you know. It's not easy. People think, oh, it's all going to be easy. It's not, because you're going to have to work on yourself, basically. You're going to have to face some harsh truths sometimes. So Dawn saying, I've been listening to therapists online, but haven't done so yet. Sandra's saying, it's okay. I'm on my healing journey. I'm so much more peaceful about it now. Good for you, Sandra. Good for you, and good for you, Dawn, as well. Sandra's saying it's been groundbreaking. Dawn saying, I'll definitely do it. I think you've got to be consistent with it. I think you've got to be consistent with the therapy. Dawn's saying, usually people who end up in a relationship with a narc do so because they feel familiar from God. You've hit the nail on the head, Dawn. Dawn, you've hit the nail on the head. I think I did that as well. Yeah. I've had issues as well. I've been on the receiving end of stuff as a kid, but I didn't know about it until I got older. It took me a while to realise what was going on. Didn't know any better. I think my mum and dad got it worse. Mum and dad got it really bad, and then they did the best in that situation. I think my mum and dad lessened the trauma that they got really bad trauma. Trust me, mum and dad got really bad trauma, really bad, honestly. And they lessened that trauma that I was then passed on to me. It wasn't conscious, it was unconscious, but they did lessen it a lot. I think mum and dad did the best. However, were they perfect? No. Was some of that trauma passed on to me? Yes, it was. And I've just tried to work through it the best I can. And did that lead me to end up, on Dawn's point, did that lead me to end up in narcissistic relationships and friendships? Yes, I was attracted to that unconsciously in my teenage years and 20s. I was. It took me a while to learn that lesson. I learned the hard way. Sandra's saying, I'm breaking the generational trauma. It ends with me. Love that, Sandra. Absolutely. It ends with me as well. I don't want to pass that on to anyone else. I really don't. I don't want to do that. Grazila Azaf. How can you deal with the harshness of life? Thank you for getting us back on topic there, by the way. Grazilia, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Going to nature. Yes. There's a thing called forest bathing that the Japanese are researching, forest bathing. But I think you'll be all aware of this. If you're around nature, if you're around forest, trees, nature, it just re-energizes you, makes you feel better. And hi, Grazila. Hi, hello to you. Oh, right, open source applications. Right, what are you trying to promote with one eye symbol in your t-shirt? Would you like to explain it, please? Yes, I will explain it. One moment. So this is my channel. Sorry, one moment. Let's get this. If you can see that. So that's my channel name, Inspirational Ambivert. Inspirational meaning that I'm trying to inspire people to be better, to be etc., through psychology, through other things. Ambivert, I'll explain this symbol in a moment. Ambivert meaning extrovert, introvert. The thing in between that would be referred to as an ambivert, which one I'm referring to as myself. With regards to the symbol, if you can see, it's basically, there's a moon, and then around the eye is the sun. So the moon, the sun is the extrovert around the eye. The moon is the introvert. So it's a combination of the two, therefore ambivert. And the eye I am referring to, it's not Illuminati, by the way. It's just being awake, awareness, being awake, conscious, raising your consciousness levels. That's what the I refers to. Does not refer to Illuminati. I get what you're saying with the Illuminati thing. No. I'm not about that. No, not at all. So the I is meaning awareness, being awake. A lot of people are asleep now in society, aren't they? A lot of people aren't aware. They're a low vibrational frequency. They're in a dense 3D environment. I'm trying to become more awakened, lighter, positivity, etc., coming away from trauma, coming away from all those things, growing and developing, becoming awake, becoming aware. It's all about awareness. That's what the I means. Based on my symbol, by the way. But thanks for asking that question, open source applications. Thank you for asking that question. Dawn saying, it's taken me 38 years to realise and get away from them. Wow. Yeah. It's harder when it's your family as well. It's really difficult, man. Beyond words. Sandra's agreeing, nature's great. I love nature. Sandra's saying, Dawn, I realised the dysfunction early on, but I was 31 when I actually moved countries to save myself and my sanity. Best decision I've ever done. Just to get in your own energy, get in your own space, come away from that. Sometimes you've got to come away from that environment, because if you're stuck in the environment, you might have all the knowledge in the world, but it's so dense and so negative and so powerful. If that's all you've known, you need to get out of the room. You need to get out of the apartment. You need to get out of the house. You need to find your own sanctuary, meaning you've got to be in your own energy. So you get an apartment, come away from it all, be on your own, escape the negativity, basically. And then the rebuilding work begins, doesn't it? Sandra's saying, I love that mug. Yes, it's a prototype. It's my channel, Inspirational Ambivert. Hence the t-shirt as well. It's basically advertising my channel. Oh, Dawn's saying, I wish I could move away. I still have to cross paths and it's exhausting. Yeah, because it's your family. Oh, it's tough. Yeah, and I bet it could be exhausting. And they want you how they found you, don't they? They want you how you were. They want to keep you there. They want to keep you down there. They want to keep you down. They don't want you to be anything else. They want to keep you in that little box. It makes them feel uncomfortable if you're anything other than that. Sandra's saying, Dawn, you'll get there. Keep going. Love it. I completely understand, and I know it's exhausting. I think, by the way, I think you already know it, but Sandra and Dawn, you sound like you've got similar experiences. I can relate to it to an extent, if I'm honest, but I think by the sounds of it, yours might have been more intense than my experiences, but I could be wrong. I needed to move and go back to myself again, relearn old beliefs and create my own path in my own energy. Yep, absolutely. It's like relearning. It's like it's like you're shedding your skin, isn't it? You're coming out of your skin and you're growing again. You're growing into the person that you're meant to be. But it's took you 30 odd years because you've come through such a traumatic time. You've come through such suffering as well. It's really difficult. And especially when you're young, you don't understand all these things. You don't have the knowledge. You don't have the information. And you're dealing with these negative people that are being nasty to you, and you just don't understand it. And then you can think it's all about, you can be forgiven to think that you're the bad guy, even though these people are being horrible to you, for example. It can be really difficult. Dawn saying, I panic when I'm shopping, etc., that they're going to come around the corner. God. Yep. Sorry, Dawn, that's not nice. I can see you don't want to be around it, basically. You just don't want to be, by the sounds of it, you just don't want to, well, I don't blame you. You don't want to be around it because it's just nastiness, isn't it? I can't go into detail because you've only got so much information, of course, but I can imagine it not being nice. So Sandra's saying that she's really sorry to hear about that. If you can, financially try and find a good trusting person or therapist to work with for all this. There's light at the end of the tunnel. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Definitely is. I think you've got to be a really strong, powerful person as well to actually discover who you are, be compass mentis, to look at yourself, to look at what you're doing wrong. So, sorry, I'm not getting the words out right, but to look at yourself and what your issues are and your insecurities and then understand them, that takes a lot of strength. Sandra said she needed a neutral person, someone who's completely objective, someone who's not emotionally tied to you. Yeah, I think that's where therapy can help, because that person's going to be neutral, aren't they? They're going to be completely objective, of course. Sandra's saying that a therapist is a wonderful person. We have built a great connection and I trust him fully. Good for you, Sandra. It's good to find that person. Great. And then Ruben is saying hi again. Okay, sorry. So I'm going to ask some questions. I think, sorry guys, one moment. I need a little rest here. I'm going to ask some questions in a moment. I'll end that one. I'll ask another question. But was I on the receiving end of nastiness when I was growing up? Yeah, I was. Was I put down? Would people, oh God, was it nice? No. Did it affect my confidence? Yes, it did. So what keeps you going right now is the question. What keeps you going? So Maggot saying, this is my therapy. Oh, cool. I'm really, really glad that you can find some positives out of this. That's what I want to do. That means basically if one person says that means I feel like I've won. If I can help with one person with one sentence or one word, I think it's a win, man. It's a win. And Sandra's saying, same here, it's definitely fun. You're all inspiring me. And also it's not just about me. This is not just about me, man. This is about you guys as well. You're helping each other as well, helping yourselves at the same time. Yeah, this group, Dawn saying this group pulled me out of a hole last week and I've been looking forward to it all week. Oh, thanks, Dawn. Thank you. I'm really glad. I'm really glad that you've, I'm glad that it's helped you, let's say, and thank you for the positivity. Thank you for your sharing all your perspectives as well. And as they say, a problem shared is a problem halved. So a problem shared is a problem halved. It all starts with conversation, and then it goes through words, and then you go from there, don't you? Basically. So what keeps me going right now? Let's go with that. I go to work and sometimes I hate it, honestly. Sometimes it's hard. It doesn't make me rich, of course. It gives me my lifestyle. I'm not rich at all. Maybe I will be one day, but it keeps me, I've got my health. It keeps me going. I'm healthy. I've got food on the table. I've got a roof over my head. So am I wealthy? Yes, I am wealthy in a lot of ways. That means I'm successful in my own mind. That's a great thing. And what keeps me going? I love doing this. This is what I love doing, especially the lives, because I can genuinely be myself. This is my passion project. This keeps me going. And also, this sounds crazy. I think I've said it before, but I can actually open up on here and be my true self, which is great. I don't get to do this at work. I don't get to do this with my family. I can't be like this in front of a lot of people because the environment doesn't allow it. Let's say. Anyway, that keeps me going. Also, Dawn, if you've got any suggestions or anything what you want me to talk about, then I will do, by the way. And also, I appreciate any feedback, if it's positive or negative, even if it's negative, even if I'm talking about something and it's boring, please let me know, because I'll be open to it. Or if I've said it all before, then let me know, because I like, sometimes criticism can be painful sometimes, but sometimes I like, it's good to know where you're going wrong sometimes. So if I'm going off track, or if you think, do you know what, you talked about that for too long, or etc., etc., I'm open to people's opinions and then growing through it, basically. I'm going to move on with a question now. Next one. Next question. So what part of the world feels most broken to you? What part of the world feels most broken to you? I'm just going to write it. So what part of the world feels most broken to you? All that. The question's there now. There it is. I'll see if there's any answers. I'm trying to think of the answer myself, actually. Let me try and answer that myself. Can't even answer my own question, God. Let me think. I think it's the greed and the ego. Always wanting more. Everything's never enough, is it? Yeah, human beings basically always wanting more. It's never enough. Always needing to grow. Always needing to conquer. That kind of thing. I think it's what's wrong with the world the most. I think it's people. I think that it's a lot. I think it's people holding society back to an extent, not growing through the pain, not acknowledging the pain, lack of self-awareness. Lack of self-awareness. I'm going to go with. I might be being biased with that. There's a lack of self-awareness, lack of people growing, working on themselves, a lack of people just taking the easy road and taking the negativity out on others. Ego, like negative, toxic ego kind of thing that goes on in societies, and a lot of people are just not growing. A lack of people being open-minded. I think that's what's broken in the world. I think we need to evolve and go past that. Will it happen collectively? I think it will. Maybe not in my lifetime, but I think it's already happening. I think people are waking up. Not everybody, and sometimes it feels like no one is. But I think, yes, that's what's wrong with it, broken in the world, and hopefully that will change in the future. I think it's happening. I think there's a collective consciousness that's going to be awakened in the world. I'm going a bit off track a little bit here. I hope that happens. I think that's what I'm about. Anyway, sorry, I'm going to move on. I'm going to take that question away. I'm just going to read this one. I'm not going to type it. So when was the last time you surprised yourself with your own strength? When was the last time that you surprised yourself with your own strength? I'll ask it again. When was the last time that you surprised yourself with your own strength? God, I've been going nearly 2 hours, man. Well, so when was the last time that you surprised yourself with your own strength? Can't even, God, I'm running out of words now, guys. What I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to forget that question. What I'm going to do now is, again, like last week, I did the Wim Hof breathing. That's what I'm going to do again. If you want to join me, you can. This helps to re-energize yourself, changing the biochemistry in your body, changing the cells in your body, oxygenating the body, basically. That's what we're going to be doing. Meditating a little bit through that as well. Creating a sense of calm in the mind. Therefore, helping you to deal with the harshness of the world more. Recentering yourself. Therefore, becoming more resilient. That is what the Wim Hof breathing gives me, by the way. I'm doing the advanced version. I'm not going to be speaking throughout this. I'll keep going as long as I think I can. Sorry, I won't be talking as I go through it. You will be able to hear the YouTube video play out, the Wim Hof breathing. You'll hear Wim Hof speaking throughout it. I'll be doing the breathing throughout it. If you want to join me, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine. And then I'll talk to you a little bit later on after that. I'm just trying to find it on the computer. One moment, please. Sorry, going back to Dawn as well. Thanks for joining in, by the way, Dawn. You've contributed loads, by the way. I'm sorry that you were in a hole last week. I'm really glad that this has helped. Oh, I've got more comments. Sorry, I've not seen. That's really good. I'm really glad that we got you out. I'm sorry that you were in a hole last week, by the way. And I'm glad that this has helped. That's amazing, amazing. I'm really glad. Maggot is saying, my father is a narcissistic Freemason psychopath. Wow. Maggot, that's not easy to deal with, mate. Not easy at all. By the sounds of it, though, what you've been talking about, looks like you're on the same path as well. You're understanding it. You're coming away from it. You're not becoming that person that was your father, let's say. You're becoming better than that, which is a great thing. Sandra's saying, we're all here for you and you're not alone in this. No, you're not alone. None of you are alone. You might feel like you're alone. I feel like I'm alone sometimes. I absolutely do. But you're not alone. You're not alone. And I'll honestly, genuinely, I'll help everyone the best I can. I'll do my best to help everyone the best I can. I don't have the answer to everything, of course, but I'll do my best. Craig saying family, and he says, hey, hi, Craig. Good to have you with us. Lag. Hello, Lag. Hi, I'm new here. If you don't mind, can I ask you who you are and what you do? So my name is Brad. I am, God, what do I do? My name is Brad, basically. This is the Inspirational Ambivert channel. This is a live vlog. I do these like twice a week. I also edit a video once a week. What do? I talk about various things, psychology, about self-improvement, self-awareness, etc., working through trauma, and various other things as well. Trying to make sense of life, trying to get through life, trying to become stronger, trying to become more resilient, etc., etc. That's what I'm about. This is my channel. I work full-time as a scrub nurse. That's separate to this, obviously. I work full-time as a hospital for the NHS. I work as a scrub nurse. I work in theatres, surgical theatres. I work there full-time. I do about 45, 50 hours a week doing that. And then I do this in my spare time when I can. So that's a quick overview of who I am and what I'm doing here, basically. Dawn saying hi, new people. Maggot saying, I brought my 2 sons up by myself, and to see them turn into good men keeps me going. Well done, Maggot, mate. Absolutely bang on. Well done. That's a win. That's success, isn't it? That's a massive, I suppose that's one of the biggest compliments as a parent, is when your kids just turn into good people. That means you've done a great job. And no one's going to get being a parent perfectly, because there's no training manual for that. No one's going to be perfect, because we're human, obviously. But seeing them turn into good people is credit to yourself as well. Well done. Dawn saying it's never boring, and I can also be myself on here. Yeah, I'm glad that's what it's about as well. Thanks, Dawn. It's just about being yourself, being your real self, being your authentic, imperfect self. That is exactly what it's about. Absolutely. So I'm just saying, what keeps me going right now? Sorry, I wasn't looking at the comments before. Forgive me. I was frozen at one point for some reason. Sandra's saying, what keeps me going right now? Honestly, glimmers of niceness and kindness around me, little bits of light. I'll take anything that makes me laugh, giggle, and feel good. Yeah, it's good to be silly sometimes. It's good to be stupid. I like to be silly sometimes. I like to joke as well. I see the funny side of things. I think that's a sign of strength as well, by the way. It's just and it's also having a laugh, as long as it's not at someone else's expense in a negative way, but it's good to laugh and joke sometimes. It's a sign of strength, really, and it releases stress, makes you feel good. As long as it's not at the expense of another, should I say, in a bad way. Like Sandra said, life's a bitch, but we keep going 100%. Spot on, Sandra. Life can be a bitch, but we keep going. Don't let the bastards get you down. Craig saying that humour helps, like I've just said, absolutely. So I'm saying, yeah, being yourself is the most important thing, Dawn. You're an incredible person. You seem really strong and wise. Absolutely, I agree. Very strong and wise, especially to come out of the situation that you were in, and to be where you're at now, and to be at that level that you're at now is a credit to yourself. Sandra's saying, what do you mean, Brad? I'm sorry, I probably said something about 5-10 minutes ago and I've forgotten. Don't say stay awesome, Sandra, and government is most broken. The government is the most broken. It's corrupt as hell, isn't it? The illusion of choice, as I say. Do you want Conservatives or Labour? Do you want red or blue? Oh, I'll go with red this time. It's like the illusion of choice. It's all corrupt. Anyway, I won't talk about that too much, but that's what I think. That's a very vague explanation of what I think about that. Sandra's saying, I'd say the Western society and norms culture is the most broken. Yes, absolutely. What Maggot's saying, what part of the world? The home? The home? Yeah, internally. Sandra's saying it's rotten, corrupt, lacks stability, moral fibre, connections, and just positivity. Yes, it does. But the world, yeah. Back to my question before. Sorry, guys, I didn't scroll down before. I should have done, but I didn't. Yeah, there's a lot of corruption, a lot of lack of stability, lack of just, yeah, I agree. And Dawn saying, bad people are rewarded. Oh my God, I see this every day, man. Truth is lies, good is bad, right is wrong. I'll say that again. So bad people are rewarded. It feels like they fucking are, doesn't it? I'm swearing, but it feels like they are. And the truth is lies. They don't want to hear the truth. The truth hurts, doesn't it? You're addressing the elephant in the room and they don't want to fucking hear it, do they? Because it upsets their narrative. It upsets their agenda. So they do not want the truth. The truth always wins in the end, I believe, but they don't want to know. They don't want to hear it. And they will guard that. They will shut you down. You're a problem. Even though you're speaking the truth, even if you're coming from a good place, you can get shut down. It's not good. And that being a good, decent person isn't even rewarded. It's like, oh, what being good for in a corrupt world? It's not rewarded. It feels like that a lot of the time. It's hard, isn't it? It's fucking hard. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent there, but right is wrong, yeah. Oh God, I can resonate with that massively. I can resonate with that massively, Dawn. Craig's saying all of it. Yeah. So I'm saying, Dawn, it's all become so twisted and distorted. It feels like it's coming out more, doesn't it? It feels like all this twistedness and distortion is coming out into the fore. It's becoming more obvious. It's becoming more intense. It's becoming more common. It's eking out more. Is that the negativity eking out of society, though? Does it need to come out like this? Does it need to become more intense? Does it need to become worse before it gets better? Is it oozing out in people's behaviours? Are people going to be more aware of it? It's getting louder, isn't it? Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I'm being a bit optimistic there. But maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it needs to come out so it can be dealt with, so it can be released. Is it hard, though? Yeah, it's hard. It's a struggle. Struggle myself. Feels like there's not. It feels like there's just not enough. Yeah, it feels like it's overwhelming sometimes. It's harder to be a decent person in that situation, but we've got to keep going. We've got to keep going. Don't let them rob you of your integrity. Don't let them rob you of your morals. Don't let them take that away from you. Don't let them beat you, basically, in that way. Don't say I'm surprised right now. I'm surprised right now too. It's also exhausting. Just keep going. Just keep going. Makes me feel strong. Yeah, it can be exhausting. And just keep going. Makes me feel strong. Oh, hello, Yorick. Hello, good to see you again, Yorick. Hope you're okay. Sorry, it took me a while to get to your comment there. Good to have you with us, by the way. And Dawn just said, reiterating what I said before, I'm reading through the comments, guys, saying that Maggot, that's brilliant, well done, raising good men, the world needs more of them. Yeah, it does. Fuck me, it does. It really, really does. Maggot has then gone on to say that his car has blown up. I just didn't care. I didn't care anymore. And then 2 days later, someone gave me a car. I just don't worry anymore. That reminds me of saying, you die if you're worrying, you die if you don't. Kind of thinking. That's really, that's amazing, that story, Mike, because your car blew up, which is a big deal, isn't it? Cars are expensive. Expensive to maintain as well, of course. And then someone gave you a car. The universe was looking after you that day, Maggot. The universe was looking after you, in my opinion. I'm really glad that someone gave you a car. Very good of them. That gives me a bit of faith in humanity as well. That's a clear example of that. And Maggot saying, I've met people on YouTube lives and have become friends for years now. It really helps. Yeah, it does. I agree, Maggot. Absolutely. Because you I suppose also you meet, if you go to a specific channel or whatever, you're meeting people with similar mindsets, similar opinions, similar thoughts and feelings, and it can help. Absolutely. It's helping me as we speak. I agree. Introvert in Alaska. Hi there. Hello, introvert in Alaska. Nice to have you with us. Hi there. You are in my feed tonight. Where are you? This is I live in Chorley, by the way, which is in Lancashire near Manchester. England, yes. Northwest England, near Manchester. That's the best way of explaining it. Not quite Manchester, on the outskirts of it. Maggot saying, if you're in surgery, you know the hernia mesh repair. Yes, I'm familiar with the hernia mesh repair. Mine went wrong. I wear a belt. Oh God, sorry. Sorry, Maggot, about that. I don't know what specifically went wrong there. I'm not a doctor, by the way. I'm a nurse, not a doctor. So I don't know exactly what went wrong there. But you wear a belt during the day. Sorry, man. That's not nice, is it? I'm sorry that it went wrong. What were the complications? I don't know. The truth shall set you free, Yorick is saying. The truth will set you free. Yorick, you're absolutely correct. Yorick, thank you, Yorick, saying please like and subscribe, help and show support for the channel. Thanks, Yorick. And Yorick, I've just done what I said I'd do a few weeks ago. I forgot, I think I did it wrong before, by the way, Yorick. I've added you, by the way. Thanks, Yorick. Appreciate it. So we're talking about the mesh with magnet. Right, I'll be back in a minute, guys. I need a 2-minute break, and then I'm gonna do the breathing. I'll be back in a minute, basically. One moment.
I've got your smoothie. Smoothie.
Okay, guys, sorry about that. I'm back. Let's have a look. So Maggot said he went back to work too early. Yeah, you can rush it. Oh, I get that though. I like being busy myself, Maggot. I'm always on the go. I like to be busy. I like to be active. I like to be useful. My ego is tied to those things personally. And I get why you went back early, but it can be bad, especially with that kind of operation. Fanda's asking if they can do anything about it. Introvert in Alaska saying nurses are amazing. They're in the trenches with the patients. How long have I been a nurse for? Introvert in Alaska. Yeah, I qualified a bit late. I'm 42 years old. I qualified in 2021. I've been doing it for I started in September 2021. I'm close to 4 years. Next month I'll have done it for 4 years. But I've only ever worked in theatres as a scrub nurse. I worked on the wards as a student nurse and as a healthcare assistant. But it's hard. It's hard work. It's hard work, especially them wards are really busy, especially in England. Some of those wards are brutal. It's like putting out fires all the time. I worked on building sites and factories when I was younger, and working on a ward was far harder. Trust me now, it is graft. It's relentless. Yeah, but I work in the theatres. I like it. I like my job. I'm good. I'm good at my job. I'm very good at my job. Actually, I'm very, very good at my job. I'm very adaptable. I'm bringing myself up there a little bit, but yeah. But yeah, you're in the trenches. It doesn't make you rich either. But you're helping. I like it because I'm helping to fix people. There's a result surgery. There's a result knee replacement. You're giving somebody they can't walk properly. Their quality of life is affected negatively. This is a really basic way of explaining it. You're helping someone to fix their knee. You're giving them a new knee. I know the surgeon does most of the work, but you're part of a team that's helping to fix people, which I think is a good thing. It's rewarding. Maggot saying, I'm okay. You wouldn't know if there's anything wrong with me if you saw me. Yeah, you probably carry it very well. That's a good thing. That shows strength. That shows resilience. Dawn said, don't forget the smoothie. I've got the smoothie. My partner's very kindly, she's made it for me. She's lovely. And I've got my water. So you're talking to a specialist now. So Maggot, that's good news. You've got a potential solution to that. That's great. Right, I'm going to start the breathing now, guys. One moment. So we'll not be talking for the next few minutes. I'm going to do as many rounds as I feel I can do. If you want to join in with me, you can. This is a Wim Hof breathing. It's an advanced one. I've got this off the internet. Let's be honest, it's off YouTube. It's Wim Hof, and it helps. It's just good. It helps you feel energized. It helps you decompress, anti-inflammatory benefits to it as well, amongst other things. I'm going to start that off now. I won't be commenting for a while. Sorry, I won't be speaking for a while. I'm just going to be doing the breathing. If you want to join me, you can. If you don't, that's fine. But I'm going to crack on, and then I'll speak afterwards, and I'll reply to comments afterwards. But this is going to go on for a while. It could potentially last 50 minutes, this, potentially. I'm going to see how many rounds I can do. Anyway, let's begin in a moment.
When you can hold your breath for 69 seconds and beyond is when we create the soma from within, which is our own version of EMT. It's
One
also
moment.
a dose. Fully.
Dawn saying, your partner seems awesome. She was waiting to make sure you had everything you need. Yeah, she was. She always does. She looks after me. I'm very lucky. I'm really lucky to have someone that in my life that's like that. Yeah, she's always there for me. Always. I'm there for her as well. I've been with her for 9 years now. 9 years. Yeah. So it's all good. I'm very lucky. Well, but we're both very lucky. But she always makes sure I have what I need. I'm very lucky to have that. And I appreciate that. Okay, I'm going to start taking this off a moment. This is just my microphone, by the way. Off we go again.
Fully in. Letting go. Right on. Fully in. Letting go. Not fully out, just letting go. But fully in. Letting go. And once again. Come on. Don't hesitate. Give it. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. You're going great, man. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. It's about changing the chemistry right now in your body. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Nice one. Feels good, huh? Hey. Give it fully. Take him in. Letting go. Take him in. Letting go. Take him in. Letting go. No hesitation. It's about changing the chemistry right now in your body. Ten times more. Deeply in. Letting go. 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 Okay, 5 times more. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. 2 times more. Letting go and stop. Just stop. Witness. Without air in the lungs, you are able to stay much more than normally. Why? Because we changed your chemistry. Carbon dioxide went out, O2 went up, filled up all the cells, and the pH levels go up. Then we are able to tap into the central nervous system, and at the end we got the brainstem, and that's the place of the pineal gland, hypothalamus, pituitary gland. And the pineal gland makes the secretion of adrenaline in dangerous situations. Normally we do not get into it because of our shallow breathing. But this is the way to get into the most primitive part, the reptilian brain, without many difficulties, and fend off bacteria, getting better into the endocrine systems. In minutes, and you're still on. That shows that the capacity to fill yourself up with oxygen is a lot more than we normally use. And as we do not use it, we are not making a use of the full capacity of our physiology. Now we found out we got a different layers, and we never use it. And this is the way to learn to use it, to tap in and bang into the primitive brain, into the endocrine systems, immune systems, the way nature has meant it to be. Everybody is able to do it. Whenever you feel the urge to breathe, you don't need to force. It's only learning how to oxygenate the body and all the cells. You're going great, man. Nice one. Feels good, huh? When you feel the urge to breathe, you breathe in fully and keep it for 10-15 seconds. Then that's one round. Fully in and keep it. Letting go. Fully in. Letting go. Right on. Fully in. Letting go. Not fully out, just letting go. But fully in. Letting go. And once again. Come on. Don't hesitate. Give it. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. You're going great, man. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. It's about changing the chemistry right now in your body. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Nice one. Feels good, huh? Hey. Give it fully. Take him in. Letting go. Take him in. Letting go. Take him in. Letting go. No hesitation. It's about changing the chemistry right now in your body. Ten times more. Deeply in. Letting go. 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 Okay, 5 times more. Deeply in, letting go. Deeply in, letting go. Deeply in, letting go. 2 times more. Letting go and stop. Just stop. Witness. Without air in the lungs, you are able to stay much more than normally. Why? Because we change your chemistry. Whenever you feel the urge to breathe, you don't need to force. It's only learning how to oxygenate the body and all the cells. When you feel the urge to breathe, you breathe in fully and keep it for 10-15 seconds. Then that's one round. Fully in and keep it. Letting go. Fully in. Letting go. Not fully out, just letting go. But fully in. Letting go. And once again. Come on. Don't hesitate. Give it. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. You're going great, man. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. It's about changing the chemistry right now in your body. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Nice one. Feels good, huh? Hey. Give it fully. Take him in. Letting go. Take him in. Letting go. Take him in. Letting go. No hesitation. It's about changing the chemistry right now in your body. Times more. Deeply in. Letting go. 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 Okay, 5 times more. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. 2 times more. Letting go and stop. Just stop. Witness. Without air in the lungs. Whenever you feel the urge to breathe, you don't need to force. It's only learning how to oxygenize the body and all the cells. When you feel the urge to breathe, you breathe in fully and keep it for 10-15 seconds. Then that's one round. Fully in and keep it. Letting go. Fully in. Letting go. Right on. Fully in. Letting go. Not fully out, just letting go. But fully in. Letting go. And once again. Come on. Don't hesitate. Give it. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. You're going great, man. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. It's about changing the chemistry right now in your body. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Nice one. Feels good, huh? Hey. Give it fully. Take him in. Letting go. Take him in. Letting go. Take him in. Letting go. No hesitation. It's about changing the chemistry right now in your body. Ten times more. Deeply in. Letting go. 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 Okay, 5 times more. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. 2 times more. Letting go and stop. Just stop. Witness. Without air in the lungs. Whenever you feel the urge to breathe, you don't need to force. It's only learning how to oxygenize the body and all the cells. When you feel the urge to breathe, you breathe in fully and keep it for 10-15 seconds. Then that's one round. Fully in and keep it. Letting go. Fully in. Letting go. Not fully out, just letting go. But fully in. Letting go. And once again. Come on. Don't hesitate. Give it. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. You're going great, man. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. It's about changing the chemistry right now in your body. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Nice one. Feels good, huh? Give it fully. Take him in. Letting go. Take him in. Letting go. Take him in. Letting go. No hesitation. It's about changing the chemistry right now in your body. Ten times more. Deeply in. Letting go. 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 Okay, 5 times more. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. 2 times more. Letting go and stop. Just stop. Witness. Without air in the lungs. Whenever you feel the urge to breathe, you don't need to force. It's only learning how to oxygenate the body and all the cells. When you feel the urge to breathe, you breathe in fully and keep it for 10-15 seconds. Letting go. Fully in. Letting go. Right on. Fully in. Letting go. Not fully out, just letting go. But fully in. Letting go. And once again. Come on. Don't hesitate. Give it. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. You're going great, man. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. It's about changing the chemistry right now in your body. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Nice one. Feels good, huh? Hey. Give it fully. Take him in. Letting go. Take him in. Letting go. Take him in. Letting go. No hesitation. It's about changing the chemistry right now in your body. Ten times more. Deeply in. Letting go. 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 Okay, 5 times more. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. 2 times more. Letting go and stop. Just stop. Witness. Without air in the lungs. Whenever you feel the urge to breathe, you don't need to force. It's only learning how to oxygenate the body and all the cells. When you feel the urge to breathe, you breathe in fully and keep it for 10-15 seconds. Then that's one round. Fully in and keep it. Letting go. Fully in. Letting go. Not fully out, just letting go. But fully in. Letting go. And once again. Come on. Don't hesitate. Give it. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. You're going great, man. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. It's about changing the chemistry right now in your body. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Nice one. Feels good, huh? Hey. Give it fully. Take him in. Letting go. Take him in. Letting go. Take him in. Letting go. No hesitation. It's about changing the chemistry right now in your body. Ten times more. Deeply in. Letting go. 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 Okay, 5 times more. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. 2 times more. Letting go and stop. Just stop. Witness. Without air in the lungs. Whenever you feel the urge to breathe, you don't need to force. It's only learning how to oxygenate the body and all the cells. When you feel the urge to breathe, you breathe in fully and keep it for 10-15 seconds. Then that's one round. Fully in and keep it.
Oh God, 1 second. My head, wow. You go to another level, I'm telling you now. Wow. Sorry, I'm just coming out of that. Give me a second. Wow. I've stopped. There were another 3 rounds after that. And that's an advanced one. I don't do that every day. I do. This one is by Mike Mayer. It's on his website. It's 10 rounds of advanced breathing. I do this every day, but I do 3 rounds. I do it every morning. Then I have a cold shower every morning. Most mornings. I got my throat sounds weird. My throat, it sounds a bit different. I'm doing that. God, the first 2 rounds, I struggle to keep the 2 minutes, holding my breath for 2 minutes, and then it gets easier. And then it's weird. I don't always get the tingles, but I would get the tingles in my hands. I get it around my nose and my head, but you don't always get the tingles, by the way. And I don't know why. Just like my mind, just like my awareness, it feels like my energy levels have just expanded. That's what that gives you. It gives you like a clarity of mind. It's really, really bloody good. But please note, on a safety note, if you've got any health problems, consult a doctor. Disclaimer: just consult a doctor beforehand. Be careful with that. And also another one, I made a mistake once. Never do this. I was doing the breathing in the morning, and I needed to go to the toilet, and I was holding my breath, and I stood up from bed. It was in the morning. I walked to the toilet, and I nearly collapsed. Because I got up, I nearly collapsed, and I banged into the side of the shower. And I'd like being the crazy person I am, I held my breath in all the time. I nearly collapsed, and then I went to the toilet. So don't be moving when you're doing this. Stay still, especially when you're holding your breath. Don't suddenly get up and start walking, because you'll drop like a sack of shit. Basically, be careful. God, that may end anyway. So be careful with doing this, please. And consult if you've got any health problems. Please consult a doctor beforehand. I am not a doctor, by the way. Disclaimer: I'm not a medical professional. I'm a nurse, but I'm not a medical professional. So that's a disclaimer, by the way. Be careful with it, and be cautious with standing up. Oh my God, my mind feels so clear. It's really good. I should do this advanced one every day, but I don't put the time in. Be great to do this every morning, but you've got to have the discipline to get up early. I'm not quite there yet. I only do 3 rounds every day. This is like an advanced one. Wow, it feels good though. For any of you, Dawn, you were with me there. It was great to have someone with me, by the way, doing that. You're experiencing similar things to myself. You said you felt the tingling in your abdomen. That's different. I've never experienced that. That's a positive though. I think everyone's different with that. I felt it in my hands and around my nose and my eyes and my head. And my ears. It's different though every time sometimes. Wow. And I don't know why my throat feels a bit croaky after it anyway. Let me just go back to the comments, by the way. So Yorick was saying he watched a show on TV of Wim Hof, Letting Go of Fear. Well, yeah. Wim Hof, the breathing in the cold showers are really good. They had the ice baths as well. I'd love to do those, but I'm not in the environment to be able to do the ice baths. I'd be doing it every day if I could. Dawn, you're saying your whole body were vibrating. That's amazing. It's mad after you've done like 3, 4. Once I get to like the 5th round, around then, something changes. Like my energy changes. It expands. It's a nice feeling. It's a really good feeling. It's almost like meditation as well. It's like you're meditating at the same time and you're oxygenating your body. It's really good, basically. Feels good. You've got to push through the tingles and stuff, and you feel a bit, I suppose you could feel a bit dizzy at times, which can be scary, so be careful with it. Yorick was saying he did it with celebrities at the end of the day to jump to a really high place to face the fears. And I think that's a natural fear, though. I'm scared of heights. I think I have a natural fear of heights. I think most humans do. And a fear of unexpected loud noises. I think they're natural fears that everyone has. I had to let go of fear just there because, Dawn is saying, because the tingling felt scary for a second. It's good when you push through. It is. Especially when you come out of the breaths and you're holding it, that first 15, 20 seconds can feel like that. Sandra saying she hates heights. I hate heights too, Sandra. I was watching the thing on YouTube and I watch people do crazy things at heights, hanging on cliffs or whatever, and I get a knot in my stomach. I think it's a natural fear. I think most people are. And jumping off a moving plane, putting your life on hoping a parachute doesn't sound like fun. No, I don't want to do that. I never want to do that, actually. Each to their own. I'm sure it can be exhilarating, but no. Yeah, Dawn, you think you'll give up on your vape again, especially when you do that breathing, it'll, you'll feel it even more when you're vaping. I used to smoke as well, Dawn. I used to do a lot of other things as well. I used to do a lot of things in my 20s that I shouldn't have done. And it took me along I used to smoke as well. Every now and again, I'll be honest, like New Year's Eve was the last time I smoked. I had a good drink, I had a good time, and I smoked. And at the time, I was enjoying it, if I'm honest. But then the next day, I thought, oh no, I felt horrible. So every now and again, I do smoke. Very rarely though now. Very, very, very rarely. But I used to smoke when I was younger, and I quit. I quit so many times and failed to quit so many times as well. It's I suppose it's your discipline muscle, your willpower muscle, let's call it, that gets better. So if you do quit and you go back, don't see it as a fail. Quit again when you're ready. It's good not to be a slave to things as well, I think. You should never have anything as be your master. You should be the master of yourself. You shouldn't be a slave to things as much as you can. So Dawn's saying, I gave up for 4 years and my partner started again. Easy done that, by the way. I've done it myself. And I did too, but we've just stopped smoking last month and been vaping. But I feel ready to stop again. Vaping it's like a transition kind of thing, isn't it? That can be dangerous as well. It's quite a new thing, isn't it? Relatively new. Is it popcorn lung that I've heard of that it can cause? But it could be deemed to be a lesser evil compared to smoking. We could argue that because of all the chemicals that are in cigarettes, for example. It's not easy to stop either, but it's doable. Dawn is saying, if the cravings only last a few seconds, if you notice that, then it makes it easier. Yeah, especially I used to love smoking with a coffee. They go together really well, don't they? And it's those habits, like you might have one at 8 in the morning and one at 10 in the morning, and it's those habits, and it's breaking those habits, isn't it? And replacing it with something else. I think if you're going to break a habit, replace it with something else. Replace it with another habit, but a positive habit, let's say. Dawn saying, I don't think I can handle another round. Yeah, it's quite a lot, that, isn't it? Maybe I've gone too far there on this stream with that as well. Yeah. I don't blame you. That's an advanced one as well. That's like an hardcore one. There's shorter ones than that. And Dawn saying, that's really amazing. I feel completely grounded and calm. Absolutely. You would? Yes. That's why I do it. That's why I do it. Works for me. This is not going to work for everyone, by the way. It's not for everyone, this, of course. But if you do it, it's a nice feeling. It feels like you're sharper, like you just woke up a little bit. It's a nice feeling of feeling like you said it very well there. Feeling grounded and feeling calm. And you feel clear and motivated. Exactly. That's the clarity. You're oxygenating the cells, aren't you? You're oxygenating the body. I think it has anti-inflammatory benefits to it as well, amongst other things. Sandra's saying, smoking is so bad for you. I work in anaesthetics in healthcare. All right, cool. And we always struggle with smokers, vapors. Yeah, you're right, Sandra. Especially with the recovery. Yeah. It really messes up everything in your body. And when we're getting them the sentence has run out there. Yeah, it does mess up the body big time. Smokers, they recover very badly in theatres. Yes, they do. And just another note, just to change subject. Sander, Yorick and Dawn, I've put you as moderators. If you don't want to do it, that's fine, by the way. I feel like I've just place you as moderators, if that's okay with you guys. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. Sorry, I've just chose you as moderators because I feel like I can trust you. And also, what was I going to say then? If we do get any comments on here that are negative, that are a bit rude, please give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm okay with it sometimes. I like to just talk to people and see what they've got to say and where they go with it. I give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't mind jokes and stupid stuff sometimes. If it's someone being rude to another person on here, then obviously that's a different kettle of fish, and they keep going and going and going, then absolutely kick them out. Absolutely. But I like to give people a chance. And also I like just to talk to them, see what they've got to say, because I think it's just good. It might sound mad, but I'm confident and strong enough to deal with those types of people really that are being negative. I like to get under the skin and see where they're coming from as well. I find it interesting and a bit of a challenge. And I like to give people the benefit of the doubt as well, of course. But if some people are being really, really rude on here, I think that moderator, sorry, I'm not getting the words out, guys, but yeah, if anyone's, we're not about that. This community is not about that. This tribe is not about that. It's about growth and positivity, isn't it? And being kind and stuff. So we're not, obviously, people that are really toxic. No room for it on here, of course. But give them a chance at least, if you don't mind. That's my thinking on it anyway. Give people a chance, because sometimes someone might sound rude and they might be being a little bit rude, but then if you talk to them about it, they might come around, they come away from being that way, if you get what I mean. That's where I'm coming from. I'm trying to be understanding. So carry on with the comments. Yeah, the bad effects of smoking. They're one of the best things that in England, UK, let's say, one of the best things they ever did was ban the smoking in clubs, in pubs and restaurants. They banned it. And I think that was one of the best things they ever did. It helped me to quit smoking, actually. I quit smoking after that. This is like early 2000s. And it's so expensive now, isn't it, smoking? It's so expensive. God, I don't know, how much is it for 20 cigarettes? Is it £15 or something? Storm was saying it's like electricity buzzing through me. Yeah, the Wim Hof breathing. It absolutely is. I'm going to just take that away because that's done. Yeah, it's a good feeling. I like it. And Don's saying, yeah, it's amazing. It is amazing. Give it a go. Go at your own pace, though. Maggot saying, I smoked because I didn't want to end up in a nursing home. Oh, you don't want to end up like old and demented and in a nursing home, having people care for you potentially. That's what I gather from that. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I could interpret what you're saying. And anyway, if you want to smoke, I don't think, smoking is not healthy. It's not good for you. However, everyone's got their own choice. If that's what you want to do, if you find pleasure in that and that's what you like doing, then live and let live. Fair enough, in my opinion. Doesn't make you a less of a person because you smoke, does it? That's silly, in my opinion. Each their own. Sandra's saying they struggle to breathe normally upon waking up. True. With loads of coughing, phlegm, and struggling to maintain good oxygen levels. Yeah, of course. That's the price you pay. That's why I stopped smoking, getting ready for the op. Maggot, yeah, do that. Wise move. Put yourself in the best position you can to have a successful operation. And that will massively help by not smoking before you go in there. And then Sandra's obviously confirming that. She's saying, Maggot, yes, please, don't go back into it. It's really bad for you. Sandra's saying, one of our biggest challenges, patience-wise, is always smokers. And when we know we have a smoker, we always expect issues with anaesthesia. Yes, that's true. We've covered that. Dawn, I've done a lot of things too. I used amphetamine. Guess what? Same here, Dawn. Weed, same here, Dawn. Exactly for years, but now when we look at paracetamol, yeah, wow, Yeah, I used to take amphetamine, speed. I used to enjoy. God, I'll be honest. I used to enjoy it at one point in my 20s. I used to enjoy it. It didn't do me good, of course. Yeah, I used to do a lot of things like that, to party drugs. Really, I used to be like I used to work. I've always worked all my life since I was 16. I'm 42 now. I've never not had a job, but I used to do those things in my 20s, teenage years and 20s. I was wild. Trust me, I was a different person then. I was underdeveloped, didn't know myself, probably dealing with my trauma as well. I didn't know it at the time. I was probably seshing to escape myself, to give myself I used to, what is it called? It's like a drug-induced confidence kind of thing. It used to give me false confidence. It used to give me, because when you're high, it gives you that kick, that energy, doesn't it? That yeah. Anyway, I'll carry on. Yeah, that life is behind me now, though. Thank God. I wouldn't be here now if I'd have carried on. No, I wouldn't. Maggot's saying in the tropics, doctors would prescribe a packet of cigarettes. Nicotine keeps tropical diseases away. Is that a joke? Sounds funny. And Sandra's then saying alcohol isn't good for it either. No, of course not. One second, guys. I need to just plug my phone in. It's at one moment. There we go. The power of my battery, my phone was going to go then. It's charging. So, one moment. So Yorick says, I'm fine being moderator. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm starting saying thanks, Brad. Dawn saying it's a privilege. I've only been here twice, and to be trusted is such a massive compliment. Yes, I trust you. I trust all three of you to do that. Based on how you portray yourselves, of course. I'm going to trust you, of course. Yorick's saying that I've moderated a few other channels too. So Yorick's got a lot of experience. Great. That's great. Thanks, Yorick. So you're used to it. Dawn saying I hated the smoking ban at the time, but now I realise how I was a little asshole back then. Yeah, I was probably at the time. I used to complain about it as well. I thought, oh, how dare they, the bastards? How dare they stop us smoking? They're controlling us. I suppose they were in a way. I remember being that the same way as well at the time. I must have been about 20 at the time or something. I remember complaining about it at the time. I look back now, I think it's a good thing. Is it controlling? Yeah, probably. Yeah, it is controlling in a way, but I think it's for the greater good. That's the way I look at it now, but then I didn't look at it then. I didn't look at it that way back then either. They tried to ban smoking indoors in my home country. It's Croatia, isn't it? I think, Sandy. Yeah, but unsuccessfully. People are a different breed there. Yeah, they're like stuck in the ways. Like, no, you're not telling us what to do. On the other hand, that's a good thing as well. It's like, you're not telling us what to do. You're not taking away our personal choices and freedoms. That's another perspective, isn't it, as well? Yeah. Rorik saying, I did a live stream in the Morcourt Art Museum. If you want to check it out, feel free to. It's a nice museum. I got tickets cheap from a group on, tickets usually cost £40, but I got them for £10. Okay. Okay, so Yorick, yeah, we'll go to Yorik's channel to check that out and have a look at the museum in London. That'd be interesting. Morcourt Art Museum, I've never heard of it, if I'm honest. There's so much to do in London, though, isn't there? A lot to see and do. But we don't always get the opportunity to go there and see those things, do we? You're saying, I love museums. I've been to the Natural History Museum in London with the giant dinosaur. Science Museum is next on my list. Where are you from again, Brad? I am from Darwin, which is next to Blackburn. It's a small town, small working class town in Lancashire, which is not far from Manchester. I now live in Chorley, though. They're all very close to each other, basically. Lancashire, northwest England, not far from Manchester. Oh, I'm going to be ending soon. I can't believe I've been at this 3 hours. Been on for ages. Right. Anyway, it's been good though. I've really enjoyed it. I hope you have too. Anyway, so closing message. So just keep going when things don't always make sense. When the whole point of life, when you're doing the 9 to 5, you're working hard. It feels like what is the fucking point of all of this? Sometimes I ask myself that question. Why am I doing all this? What's the meaning of all this? So Yorick is saying lots of villages and countryside. I'm guessing that, yes, in and around it, there's the Pennine Hills, isn't there? There's small villages and towns. Some of them are charming. There's some bigger towns. Some of these towns aren't great, though. There's a lot more wealth and prosperity in London compared to where I'm from, let's say. Most of the money's down south, isn't it? Let's be honest. Most of the money's in London. I think London, is it like 20 million people overall? Not just the city, but the outside areas. There's a lot of people in and around there. That's where all the money is. That's where all the opportunities are, I suppose, within London. Yeah, a lot of working class towns. A lot of them are struggling. They really are. So some towns are nice and some of them are just depressing shitholes, if I'm honest. Some of them are, yeah. Like Darwin, where I'm from, it's not great. Darwen. It was part of the Industrial Revolution. That was its heyday. But it's far from that now. There's not much there, really. There's not much going on. Sounds a bit boring, that, but that's the truth. Anyway, thank you for all showing up today. I think I'm done for today. I've done enough. Thank you for your time. Thank you to anyone that's subscribed. Massive thank you to Sander. Massive thank you to Dawn. Massive thank you to Yorick. Thanks for being here with me. Thanks, Yorick. Amazing stream, Brad. Thank you. I'll keep improving. I'll keep trying to make it better. I'll adapt as I go along. I appreciate you all being moderators on here, if that's okay. Just to keep the bad ones out, basically, is the thinking behind that, and keep the good ones in. The next one, oh yeah, good question, Dawn. Thanks. Because of my work, and the next one's going to be Sunday. Thank you for reminding me. I nearly forgot to mention that. Next one's going to be Sunday. I've got responsibilities Sunday, so I can't start at 11. I'm going to do an earlier one. If you can't make it, that's fine. I think I'm going to do it at 9 o'clock in the morning on the Sunday, because I want to do it as properly as I can. I've got responsibilities though later on, and then in the next one, that's the next Sunday's one. The one in the middle of the week, I have to look at my rota and I have to look at my energy levels. I'm going to do one in the middle of the week. So that's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday. I know that's a bit vague. Going forwards, I'm going to do another stream then as well, live stream. It's going to be short. It's going to be about an hour. That's all, or an hour and a half. That's the only time I'll have. But going forwards in the next week or so, I'm going to become more organised and plan it in advance. So you'll see it on the channel when my next streams will be, and I'll try and honour the times. I think it's good to be consistent and structured, basically. So it's going to be in the middle of the week. I don't even know, I need to plan it as well. I write my notes down and I try and come up with different things if I can to try and keep it interesting. But I also need to make sure that I know what I'm talking about as best as I can as well. So yeah, have a lovely Sunday. Just keep going. Don't give up. I know it's fucking hard. Trust me, I know it's hard. But don't give up. Keep growing. Keep learning. And keep your integrity, of course. So thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for contributing. And that's it for today. Goodbye.